See if you can just get the top of it a little bit.
No, we'll be able to get it. It's a little...
What I meant is the stick in the middle, if you drop it down a little bit, will that help? Because it seems really high, yeah. Is that any better?
Yeah, I gotta lift it up again a little bit.
Are we bigger in the shot now? Not really.
Not much, but we lost the fire. I mean, here, come take a look.
I mean, you think it's any better, or fuck it, just do it the other way?
I don't know. The people don't get to experience the fire with us.
Yeah, it's like it needs to be back just a little bit further, man. Just yeah, we're huge in the shot now. Can we straddle this thing?
Let me get that stuff up the top.
You're thinking, so then it's just halfway? Here, I'll get it. Oh, you got it?
Sit down. So I can see where your head is. That's better. You can see most of the fire, and make sure my head's not getting cut off.
No, not at all. No, that's good.
It's not bad, huh?
The fire looks gigantic compared to us, though.
It's just so close to the camera.
Yeah.
You were saying what we need is a different lens where we put the camera way back there and like zoom in on it or something.
So it can compress the
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah. All right.
We'll have to do that. Maybe we can get one that just clips onto the iPhone.
We need to bring it up on your phone real quick
To check the audio.
Yeah. Check the audio. And give us just a minute, everybody. We're about to light some torches. You got that lighter on you?
I do.
Oh, all right. Thank you, sir.
I'm still not seeing it show up in the lives. Have you started it yet?
Yeah.
I don't see it. Hold on, let me refresh everything. Oh, here we go. Come join us live after the winter storm. I don't see it. There it is. Hold on, let me refresh everything.
You sound good. Can you hear me?
Yep. Come join us live after the winter storm. I don't see it.
Can you hear me, Steve?
Hold on, let me refresh everything.
You sound good?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Everything sounds good. Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
When the cherries...
I got the cherries right down here.
All right.
I got shot glasses right here.
All right.
Check it out.
Can you, you wouldn't...
Tony made me my own Beastmode mug. Jeez.
I wish mine was full of something.
What? It's not full of something?
It's got nothing in it.
Mine's, I started early, so mine's getting a little low too.
You want to make us a couple drinks?
Yeah. All right.
Before we begin here?
We're doing some Jack and Cokes tonight.
All right. I need your phone.
I wonder if there's a way to make this thing not turn off.
There is, but yeah.
All right. Need ice.
Make it catch up here.
Wait,
Let's see.
Turned into a big block of ice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So as soon as we get done making these drinks, we're gonna get started.
They turned into a big block. There's like this huge block of ice in here.
That happens when it's cold out.
Yeah.
When it warms up and it's cold.
And now the breeze has kicked in, so the smoke is going in my face.
What is your YouTube tacos? Taco. Taco.
It's taco.
Just taco? Okay. All right.
Oh, you always say like taco or something
Well,
like
it's
that.
TAC-HOE.
Taco.
Because he's a taco for tacos.
Woo, that's cold. Ah! Woo! That's cold. Okay.
That was dramatic.
Felt good on my face though. Oh shit.
Thanks, buddy.
I saw you giving me the evil eye.
That was no evil intended. All right, we want to go through the weekend or the week update.
Well, the weatherman said it was going to snow this week, so we couldn't help ourselves. We had to get started early, so we came out here Monday night.
Monday night.
We have been here since Monday night.
So, yeah, so let's talk about that. So we arrived. I really hate it when you do that. I have to clean up after you so much, dude.
Hey, I help.
All right, so we thanks for joining everybody to another Beast Mode Camping Live. So we left to come to camp on Monday.
Monday night.
Monday night. We heard it was going to have a snowstorm out here, and we haven't had great footage with snow.
And we wanted to get here before it started.
Yeah, and we wanted to make sure we were out here and get some great footage, which we did.
Oh,
and
wow, yeah.
Not sure if you guys are following some of our shorts, but we are going to create a long format video as well. So in the shorts, let's just talk about a few of the antics. So,
Well, first of all, I have not seen snow like that in a long damn time.
Yeah,
we don't get a lot of snow in Texas.
we don't get a ton.
Yeah, so
and we got about 5, maybe 6
5 or
inches.
6 inches we got over about a 12 to 15 hour period of time.
I don't even know if it was that long.
It was from about 10 o'clock it started. I remember you saying it. I looked at the time. It was 10 a.m. and it went until about 1. So there was a few times when it was mixed with a little sleet and stuff like that, but most of the time, big, huge, massive, sometimes quarter-size flakes coming down. It was crazy, man.
Oh, Rose joined the channel. Hey, Rose.
Yeah, mama.
Hey, mama. Said, hey, guys, glad to see you made it through the snow. Disappointed there was no snowman. I'm kind of disappointed as well.
We were gonna do that too, but we were
gonna
so
do a couple
wet.
things. Yeah,
that was one of the things we were gonna talk about.
We were gonna build a snowman or a giant chair or
something,
or an igloo.
yeah. But
and we
I was
didn't do
totally
anything.
unprepared for snow. I did not realize just how unprepared I was until I got out here and I was freezing my butt off. Because I have been soaking wet ever since about 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Because my gear is good for cold weather, but none of it is waterproof. So immediately my gloves got wet. Like within the first.
Hey, novice.
Yeah, it was Shathid.
No, a Sholi.
A Sholi.
You're a Sholi. Yeah. So what's funny about that? So you just got the new jacket.
Mm-hmm.
So up until this point,
yeah,
even though we've been out here in like the teens weather.
Yeah.
You've just been in flannels and thinner
all
jackets,
that stuff.
but you got a nice puff.
Yeah, I got a new puff, but it's not waterproof.
Not waterproof. And so he was wearing one of my like snowboarding ski jackets, and I think that kept you good for a while.
Well, but the only problem with that kept this, but you're like half the size of me, so it only came to about here with the belly and everything. So everything else was dry.
It was unzipped.
Yeah, so there's this strip of wetness right here and cold.
And then you're wearing jeans.
Yeah, so all of this right here is cold.
And for some reason, your waterproof boots, even though they are waterproof.
They say waterproof right on the side.
But your feet were soaked.
They got wet. My feet were wet for 3 days.
And I think within minutes, you were balling up some snow or something in your
gloves.
Yeah,
so it was just setting up the stuff, just touching things.
Yeah.
And then my hands got wet, so my gloves were immediately rendered useless. I basically just had to take them off because it was too cold to have them on.
you were dying.
Yeah, it was better just to not have them on. So yeah, it was like, God, I need some snow gear, dude. Something. Because that just did not work out very well at all. But I like the idea of just getting a jumpsuit. That way everything I got works fine and just cold. Huh. If I just get like a rain jumpsuit that I can put on just to cover everything up and make it waterproof, that might just be a good, quick, easy, low-cost solution to just solve that problem. That and I might need some different boots and some different gloves.
That is so weird on those
I bet
boots.
it comes in right from the top
You know what I would do, to be honest? I'd take those to Columbia next week.
and say these are not waterproof.
I would go to the store there back home, the outlet, and say, I just got these. I got them for the specific reason. They didn't work. I want to exchange them.
For something that is waterproof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just say, hey, we can do a
And by
water
the
test
way-
right here in the store. If you
By the
want
way, I
to.
call BS. You need to wipe this shit off the side of the shoe. It says waterproof right on the side of the shoe, and I call BS. It's not waterproof.
Uh-oh. Rose said, I'm thinking birthday list.
Yeah. But
So-
yeah, I've seen people that ride motorcycles that have a rain suit. It's like a jumpsuit. It's like a one-piece jumpsuit that you just put your legs in, kind of like your sleeping bag thing. You know what I mean? You just get in it, it zips up. Maybe it has a hood or something attached to it, and it just covers everything that you're currently wearing up. And they'll jump on the bikes and ride through rain and that, and get off and unzip it, and they're totally dry underneath, you know?
Yeah, that's
Something like
crazy.
that might be just easy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's got to be something like, I know you're talking motorcycle related, but there's got to be
I'm just saying
something-
that's where I saw it.
Yeah, there's got to be something camping related
Sure.
that is similar.
Yeah.
But low cost as well, because like
Yeah.
obviously the mountaineering stuff.
Yeah.
And that stuff's thick and everything. We don't
Right, I'm
need
talking about
anything
just the thing, just something to get the rain off, just shed the
Yeah.
rain.
Yeah.
Like a windbreaker or something, you know what I mean? Just like a,
like that. I guess you could wear a poncho.
I don't want to wear a poncho.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work.
Okay,
But
so
yeah, that was kind of screwed up.
super wet. Obviously,
Super wet.
new gear. We're gonna talk to some of our buddies about pants. I think I was good with everything. I've got my snow gloves, multiple rain jackets. I was wearing my rain jacket. Gave you my second
Right.
one. My pants were fine. I could use some different pants, and my boots were great. Now let's talk about the tents disaster. So,
Oh, God.
So
Now,
like
I
Steve
would have
said,
thought from the shape of our tents, they're dome tents, that anything would have just shed right off of them. But no, that is not the case.
yeah, I mean they're kind of built like that, and so the second any amount of weight, they
It
crumpled
bowed
in.
down, so that held it in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, and so even we saw with the tarp up here, our sun sail, that it was starting to lower. It probably lowered by 5 feet.
Yeah, it was touching your head.
Yeah, so we had to take down the sail, and
And
not only
also-
that, the fire was
Melting it, and
was
it was
dripping.
dripping through. Yeah.
not the greatest.
Yeah. So
In fact,
that-
I'd like to see how that works in a rain. Anyways,
it's obviously not gonna shed the rain off.
yeah, and I don't think it's
If
I
it
think-
sheds it enough to at least go down
I
to
think
an end,
if we had it at a
little more of an
bigger angle,
we can do that pretty easy.
yeah,
Yeah.
that might work. But I feel like it's already a little low. Like maybe put it up 30 foot here, and then
Yeah.
so.
Maybe. Yeah.
And then, so we buckled our tents. By the way, we did have a comment on one of the shorts that said, "Get a Stormfly."
You know, you can also do that with just regular tarps. I've seen people do it with just tarps,
You're saying put a tarp over.
kind of like we did over the hammock.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Or if you have trees around, you just hang it up in the tree at an angle so that it helps to shed that off before it hits your tent. People do that at campsites when it's raining. I guess that's what he's talking about, a stormfly. They'll put tarps over the tent area where they're going to put their tent just for extra
I mean,
protection from the rain and
that
stuff.
thing's 12 foot long.
But we've been in some serious rain and hadn't had any problem with rain.
No.
It was just specifically the snow.
But that's 12 foot long. Like you're gonna have to have a big tarp for that.
Yeah, my big tarp is only 10 feet,
Yeah.
10 by 10.
Yeah, that's a 12 by.
But if you put it at an angle, like I did on the hammock, you put it at a diagonal and bring the points down, that's enough to shed off the majority of it, don't you think? Something like that could work.
Yeah, it could. I am interested to see. I'll probably go out and do a search and see what a stormfly is, and like if it's something specifically made for these dome tents.
For the
But
tent, yeah.
What I would say is go with a different type of.
A different type of tent might be the way to go.
Even
yeah.
I think that little blow up one.
Maybe.
I mean,
Hey, we might
we'll-
get some snow next week. Maybe just set it up in the yard and just see what happens to it.
maybe. Are we getting snow back home?
I think, didn't you say it might?
No, that was here when I was looking.
Oh, I thought you said it was going to be back there. We'll have to
No.
check. If it does, well, maybe we'll have to do that. Just test it out. But yeah, that was a pseudo disaster. I thought you were going to die for a minute there.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was pretty funny. So anyway, yeah, so the wetness was bad. The snow kept collapsing our tent. Literally every 5 or 10 minutes, we're having to walk up to our tents and shake all the snow off of it to keep it from collapsing. What else? The sunshade. Oh, we lost the damn tech tent again because the snow kept building up on the tech tent, and
it lowered it,
and
yeah.
the pole couldn't hold because the ground was getting so wet that the screw that we literally had to screw in with an impact wrench got pulled out, and the whole tech tent went. Which when the tech tent went, then all our chairs were exposed, so the chairs got filled up with snow. Now our chairs are wet. We got nothing to sit on. I mean, it's just like, God, one thing after the next, man.
There was what was the one thing our special guest was going to talk about?
Oh, and my P2 fell over in the mud.
That sucks.
That's it's working, so it's all
yeah,
good.
Steve just bought a $400 camera and it
Yeah,
just
when
bought it.
Yeah, when the tent collapsed, it knocked it over and it fell into the mud.
That sucks.
I was like, ugh.
I know it's good.
It's fine.
That
It
just
survived.
sucks.
But yeah, I was like, damn. What next? God.
So the camera, obviously, I left my box open for a little bit. Got a
Oh,
bunch
yeah.
of snow in there. You kind of saved me on that one.
Right.
You did save my life in the tent. though.
Everything was wet, man.
What else?
I was thinking snow, man. Ooh, fluffy snow. I'm not thinking everything is wet.
Yeah, and
God.
if you haven't seen some of our shorts, go and check them out. These snowflakes were literally that big.
Huge, man.
They were huge. They were
That
so
was
light
awesome.
and fluffy, and that was crazy. And as you can see, and then it got just sloshy, nasty out here.
I was
because-
running around the whole time with my camera, though, just pointing it out and just getting pictures of it, you know. So we'll have some good video of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, then just all of a sudden, nothing but a slushy, muddy mess once the stuff started melting. I'm still not sure I'm going to be able to leave tomorrow.
Nah, you'll be fine.
There's so much mud out here.
We got 2 other 4x4s
Yeah,
out here. We'll be
yeah.
able to pull you out.
Oh, we got the four-wheeler out here. We've been riding through the mud in the four-wheeler. That's cool. There's some upsides to it. Mudding. If you like that sort of thing.
So what else?
Cold.
I didn't get super cold.
But it feels colder when you're wet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and because...
And I've been wet. I was wet for like 3 or 4 days straight. I couldn't get dry. And of course, I didn't bring any towels.
I should have brought you a poncho. So, the other thing, so since it was so cold, I went up to Walmart. I had to go up there to grab some Advil anyways, and I bought a little heater buddy. So, if you guys remember, so
the heater buddy.
we're doing a tent conversion, turning it into a hot tent. That video will probably be out in about a month because I've got one more I've got to do before then. And then you'll see the hot tent, which is basically a stove going into the tent. And then, just for the sake of ease of use and everything and easy to pack up, because I was taking an hour and a half to get out of here.
Yeah, your tent, yeah.
These tents, man, these little pop-ups, you throw them up, and instead of taking 30 minutes to set up a tent, it's
Right.
literally 45 seconds.
Dude, like, not even that.
no,
Because
you throw
because
it
I don't
up.
even bother putting the guidelines
you're right.
on or anything. You just done.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's up and you're doing something else. But so I went up to
But
up
yeah,
to
you
Walmart
got
and bought
you got
a
you
heater buddy.
one. You got you one that's almost identical to mine. It's just a different brand.
Yeah.
But it looks the same. Everything's the same
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, for the pop-up.
Yeah.
But then I went up to Walmart and bought a heater buddy. So I had that in the tent, and I'm not kidding. It was probably 26 degrees at the coldest, I think, so far.
When this week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was 26. And I swear in my tent it was 80 degrees. So it was awesome.
And you said when you had it hot the snow was actually melting and sliding off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no.
it wasn't collecting.
So
Yeah.
I was having to go over to the tent and shake it
You
probably
kept having to shake it.
at least every 20 minutes or it'd
Yeah.
start to buckle inward.
Not long, yeah.
And then once I got in there and I turned on that heater, it was just melting right away. it was not staying in.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a plus. But yeah, it did get pretty cold in there, and just being wet just amplifies that, you know.
Yeah.
But man, that new sleeping bag that I got, woo,
Oh, let's talk about that.
thing is nice, dude.
So you didn't get a mummy bag. You got a spoon.
I got the spoon style, which I guess they're the first people to do that. That's
Nemo.
that's a new thing.
Yep.
So it's a Nemo bag, and I got a pad for it. That's what the R
You've
value.
never had.
Right.
You've never really. It was 4.8, but you've never had a sleeping pad like that.
Well, the pad those other pads that I bought had been working.
Yeah.
They'd been okay, but
Could you tell a difference?
I could. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could. And plus, the big thing is the way this one is a higher R value, and it also is a little bit lighter and a little more compact than the other ones that I had.
Tell them just in case.
So-
Tell them what R value is.
The R value is just its ability to reflect or what it's like an insulation value. Yeah. So the higher the number, the better it insulates. So to be considered a winter time thing, I think 4 is probably the low end.
Yeah, 3.8 is the low end to be considered a 4 season.
Right. Yeah.
And it is on a 10-point scale, and 4 or higher is considered really good.
And this one's a 4.8, I believe, wasn't it?
I think so.
And yeah, no problems, dude. No problems at all. Yeah, it works great.
Didn't you say your foot hit the ground at one point?
You can tell. Yeah, if my feet are in the bottom, and at one point I moved or something, or no, I slid down a little bit, and my foot hung over the end, and I could almost instantly feel the cold through it just because it slid off that pad.
Yeah.
So I just slid back up, and almost instantly it got warm again.
Yeah, and just to go in depth, just a little bit about the R value. So basically what it is it's the ability to not move heat at all. So if you're laying on it, instead of your heat leaving your body or the earth pulling it from you, it's not going
Stays
anywhere.
in there,
It's staying, And it's also the opposite with if you use just a blow up mattress and you put it on the ground out here, the ambient temperature and all that's gonna cool off that mattress, and you'll get
air
cold
inside
spots.
the mattress.
The air inside the mattress. If it's 30 degrees out,
Then the air inside is
probably
going to be 30 degrees. Yeah.
And all of your body heat's going to be trying to heat that up, and so you're fighting with the earth, and you're going to get cold. Even in these bags, you're going to get cold spots.
Yeah, you feel it when you pressure, when your weight goes down on it and it squeezes it.
Yeah.
You feel that cold coming through.
Yeah. And the sleeping bags only work by their fluff.
Yeah.
So if that stuff is compressed, it's offering zero value.
Right. So that pad really makes a huge difference.
Gigantic.
Massive difference.
Yeah.
It's almost like it doesn't work without it. Yeah, you got to have it.
Anything else happen this week?
Oh, man. I mean, that was just my main struggle, was just trying to stay dry. And then I kept getting my gloves dried off. Like remember I took this? I took this and I put a glove here and a glove here and like set it on the fire like this so that my gloves would dry off. And I got them all dry and hot and I put them on, and I wouldn't have them for 10 minutes before I'd touch something that had snow on it, and then bam, it just instantly soaked up everything that it touched, and they're wet again. And I'm like, okay, I'm lost my gloves again. So yeah, you gotta have waterproof gloves in the snow. Duh. Who would have thought?
Funny. 1 second.
But yeah, that was my biggest problem. But it wasn't that bad. I'm just whining, you know what I mean? It wasn't like miserable. It was just cold, you know. It was just a little cold, a little uncomfortable, you know. But thankfully, you had that extra rain jacket, because if I hadn't had that, then this whole thing would have been soaking wet.
Right.
I'd have been screwed. Yeah, I don't know what I would have done then. I'd have had to just hide out in the tent the whole time.
In your truck, probably.
or in the truck or something. Yeah. So that kind of saved the day there, even though it was a little too small and I couldn't zip it up. So I just felt a little cold on my chest and stomach.
Yeah.
And everything else felt fine.
So, all right. I think that's. Oh, hey, cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Let's. Did we talk about the mugs?
Very briefly.
Yeah.
Tony made some new mugs, so I got my own
Go give
Beast
them
mug.
give them a close up of that bad boy.
Check out the artwork here. The capped off broken tooth, the nasty stained teeth.
You wanted the green, and now maybe we're going to transition to red. Maybe.
I like the green. That was what I was thinking. But look at the little rivets and everything, and the leather handle. Yeah, it's awesome. Nice job. Tony is quite the artiste. And you just use stains, right?
Stains in a little bit of acrylic.
Stains and acrylic?
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Oh, and that's not all. Beastmode shot glasses. We got little mini ones for shot glasses.
Speaking of which.
Cherries again?
Is it time?
Okay. Twist my arm.
I think we need to make sure there are 3. We need to hand one off camera to our special guest that refuses to be a special guest.
Yeah, we have a secret secret special guest waiting in the shadows.
Yeah.
Let's get him a few cherries. He'll be jumping all in the fire.
Then we don't have to.
We'll give him 2. What color are you?
No, give him 3 or 4 so he can just take them at his.
What color are you?
He is red.
You're red? Boop, 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 boop. What? Two cherries and a scoop, please. 2 cherries, 1 scoop, please.
He goes, here we go.
Here we go. What is that? Something in there. Oh, that's some cilantro.
Yeah. I thought it'd add to the flavor a little bit.
We had pastor tacos and there was this little cilantro. You know what? I'll go ahead and do
Yeah,
two.
you know, we didn't make a video of the pastor tacos. We probably should have.
Well, we'll do that again someday. Those were good. I wouldn't mind doing that again.
Yeah, I need to bring some hot sauce though.
Yeah, we kind of missed a few things there too. There was like a scoop with the cherries there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Saw
good.
that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Saw that?
Let me see this bad boy. Let everybody take a view of these. Old Smoky Moonshine. These things are delicious. They're dangerous.
Yeah. So I got green to match my green. Nice.
Oh, are we taking that?
Hey, that's why we got them, right?
Cheers. Oh no, that one was mine.
Oh, I thought mine was green because I was matching.
Well,
green.
this one's not finished, and I didn't want to give you an unfinished
Oh,
product.
yeah, it didn't finish.
Yeah.
All
Cheers,
right.
buddy.
Cheers.
Zug zug.
Oh, woo. Man.
So, okay, let's talk about. Steve bought some new gear. Why did you buy that new gear?
Because we want to go stealth camping and hiking.
Okay. So, maybe a little not preempted. What's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm just savoring it. Maybe a little too soon, but Steve's wanting to go in 2 weeks to go on a hike. We're gonna.
Yeah.
I asked him because I've already got out a list. Basically, weigh everything out, literally to the gram. Grams turn into ounces.
Ounces, pounds.
Ounces turned into pounds, and it adds up quick. So,
Right.
need to make sure you've got everything you need.
For what are we talking about?
Lightweight.
3 days, 2 nights?
Yeah, probably park, walk, sleep, walk,
Leave.
leave.
So
3 days, 2 nights.
3 days, 2 nights, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sleep. Well, yeah.
So we'll need to need you to build that list. Make
So
sure.
yeah, and I have never done a hike like that. I mean, I've never done really any kind of hike other than like little day walks through state parks or something like that where you're camping or something.
Yeah.
Which is nothing compared to what we're talking about doing.
No, backcountry hike's challenging.
Yeah.
Well.
So it should be an eye opener to say the least.
Yeah.
But I want to do it. I think, and Tony turned me on to couple movies that kind of depicted.
Got you prepared for it?
Yeah, and I kind of psyched me up for it. I liked it. What was the one with Reese Witherspoon?
Wild.
Wild. Yeah, that was a good one where she hiked the entirety of the
Pacific Crest Trail.
Yeah, and that was pretty wild. That was crazy, is what that was.
Right.
Insane,
Yeah.
especially for a woman to do that by herself.
Back then too.
How long was that setback?
I'm thinking that was probably that was probably 20, 30 years ago. Because if you see the picture at the end of her, I mean, it looks like hippie times or something.
Yeah, like back in the 70s or something?
Probably 70s, 80s, yeah, something like that.
Wow. Man, just wow. That's supposed to be based on a true story?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And then, the first woman, I think, ever to complete the PCT from Mexico to Canada.
The entire
The
thing.
entire thing.
That's who that was? That was what it was based on?
Uh-huh. And then the second movie was Mile and a Half. And if you guys haven't seen that, absolutely go check that movie out. It's a documentary.
It's really cool. I liked it. It was well done. And some of the just still photography that they showed in that was
amazing.
Just stunning, dude.
But
It was like, wow.
if you're wanting to do a hike, or even if you're not wanting to do a hike, watch that movie and it will probably
It'll make
inspire
you not want to do that.
Well, and one of the big things in there is like, this isn't for everybody. And to tell you the truth, I don't think
It's for me, yeah. And he dropped out on day 3 or something and went home. Yeah.
Yeah. But that part of like the John Muir Trail, they say it takes about a month.
Well, that's about what it took them in that video.
Yeah.
It was about a
I
month.
think it was like 29 or 31 days.
Right around a month, yeah. So literally a month-long hike, dude.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's literally waking up at the crack of dawn,
Walking all day.
walking till that.
Up like steep cliffs, inclines, and not just straight through the woods walking, man. We're talking like mountain climbing, dude.
Yeah.
Some of those inclines was damn near needing safety equipment to. It was getting close in a couple of areas.
Yeah, I think they've got large ledges.
Well,
where
they did, but I'm just saying it was getting borderline on.
Yeah.
It would have been any steeper, you'd have been needing to tie off in case you fall. Man,
Yeah.
it was like, wow, that's crazy. Steep climb. Anybody there?
Uh-oh. Rose
What?
Rose said, you're going to have to do some training before the hike.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, man.
He
just
said-
hold my beer.
That's literally, he said, hey, so let's go
I
in
start
2
walking
weeks.
Christian to school.
Yeah, and I said, no, what we both need to do, not just him, but we both need to like hit the Stairmaster and just,
God, I hate the Stairmaster, man.
yeah,
Ugh.
then you're going to start crying.
I know.
I mean, it's not like walking.
Well, I
Christian
told
to
you
school.
how I felt when I was trying to follow the kids up the waterfall at Turner Falls.
Yeah, imagine if you can't stop.
I know.
Because you
Jeez.
have to hit your miles
Right.
every day.
Or you'll be there for 5 days instead of
Yeah.
3, yeah.
Yeah, and you can't pull out the laptop to do a little bit of work while we're out there. And
Right.
yeah, so I would definitely,
Oh, well, I ain't going to be able to bring it with me anyway. It's going to be way too much.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely I would say hit the Stairmaster. So if you're wanting to go in 2 weeks, you need to hit it
And I
every
need
day for the
to
next
be, and
2
I need to
weeks.
be like no carb for the next 2 weeks.
Well,
too,
I would
yeah.
say, yeah, more realistic. Not that we couldn't do it, and maybe instead of 3 days, maybe it takes 4 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would say is, we'll probably plan on in a month to do it.
Yeah, just to give us more time to get ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we need to see if we can get our special guest to come with us.
Oh, you want to come with? Are you up for that?
Is it like a month maybe? Not a week or two.
Our buddy Mike Champagne says a movie not to watch before hiking the PCT.
Right. What?
The Revenant.
The Revenant.
We were talking about that earlier.
I haven't seen that, I don't think.
You haven't?
No.
That's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio when the grizzly came at him.
Oh,
and he had like
yeah.
a musket to shoot him
You
with.
were- yeah,
and
you were talking
it was
about that.
tearing him up.
No, I
throwing
have
him
not
around.
seen that movie. I have to watch it.
DP says you will, or you'll want to turn back within 30 minutes.
Right.
Well, hey, so me and my buddy Mike went on a hike.
Mhm.
I felt like I was out there. I'm huffing and puffing. I got this brand new pack. I just bought all my gear. It was mid-February, like 10 years ago or something, and I'm hiking. How long have we gone, buddy? About a third of a mile. So
you're like, damn, felt like 10 miles.
yeah, and it starts feeling that way quick. You got all full water.
Well,
all
and that's
the
another
food.
thing too, is when I was walking around before and getting worn out, I didn't have anything I was carrying. I wasn't carrying anything.
Yeah,
Except for maybe a water bottle.
yeah.
Yeah.
We need to start doing the Stairmaster if we're talking serious about that.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise those cramps will set in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They're going to set in.
you're just going to be
anyway.
using muscles you haven't used.
Right,
And
yeah.
It's going to be tough on your lungs and
Yeah. Maybe go ahead and load a pack while you're on the Stairmaster, right?
if you want to. Yeah. Get one of those weight packs or something. But it's strenuous and you can't stop. I'm
Right.
sure Mike was probably getting irritated with me because
He was so far ahead.
he kept, like, there were points where we had a great system, right? Instead of us hiking like this and talking and stuff, I felt like I was in an isolation chamber. My buddy Mike, he takes off, but he'd make like noodles or something. I'd get up to the top of the mountain.
He had like food ready for you?
Oh, he'd been up there for 45 minutes already, and I'd get up there, and then he'd be down the mountain. He'd wait for me. I'd get down, and then up another one. And yeah, when Dana and I went, we were side by side a lot of the time, and then a little bit but we were never really far. But Mike, man, he probably could have cleared that in a day, I bet.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Is he just, or is Mike the one that was the boxer?
No, that's Jeff.
Jeff, okay. Okay, so what is he just, he just in good shape, or he does that a lot or something?
Yeah, he can walk faster than me.
Longer legs, I guess, huh?
Yeah, everyone's got longer legs than me. I'm like a dwarf warrior.
A dwarf
deadly in
warrior.
the short distance.
Yeah, deadly over short distances. Yeah. That's funny.
I wasn't going to say this, but Dana said she started crying. And I told you, every hike I've been on, there gets a point where you have
Just a mental breakdown.
a slight one, right? But when Dana started crying, so we're probably halfway up. I think we'd been walking. For about 5 or 6 hours at that point. And this one is 2,400 feet. So to put that in perspective, the Empire State Building's 1,200 feet, right? So I think we'd been walking for like 4 or 6 hours. She starts having a little meltdown. We just broke out the pack. I made her some food, and then she started kicking my ass up that
She got some
mountain.
carbs in her.
Oh, she was gone, dude. She was like, "Where you at? Hey, get up here!" Yeah,
funny.
it was crazy. Yeah, she started kicking my ass.
Wow. Yeah, I'd really like to do that. I've never done it before, and I love being out and
Yeah.
And I like.
You'll have a great
I
time.
love the idea of going camping without having so much crap. Just have the bare essentials.
Yeah.
I like
You mean
that.
like generators and lights?
Yeah,
and
lights and
microphones. And
yeah,
we are gonna have to bring
I mean, we'll have to
little
bring
bit of
a little bit of that,
or something.
but I'm just saying we're not gonna have all this crap. You know what I mean? So it's like one bag, everything's in there, lightweight. I like the idea of that.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I like the idea of doing the stealth camp, because you got an even smaller bag then. You're talking about one night, small bag,
That's
just go out
insane.
with that and do your thing and go. I love the idea of that.
Yeah. So we don't want to tell the location yet, but we are planning on doing a stealth camp maybe as early as next week when it's freezing out.
Depends on that weather. Yeah, I would like to, because definitely if we get a snow or some inclement weather, we need to freaking be in the middle of that.
Yeah, and then I don't know when we produce that video though, or when we're gonna release it.
It would be within a week or two after we do it.
Think so?
probably. Yeah.
I got like
I can push mine back and do it.
I've got like 20 videos I've got to edit and get out, and I
don't have that many. I was wanting to do more this week, and I don't know. We just kind of slacked off this week. I did one,
you did a few, didn't you?
Well, I did a lot of filming, but it was just a lot of snow and stuff like that, and shorts and things like that.
And then the one over there.
That one, yeah.
That was it. Okay.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. That was another one I wanted to do, but we just didn't get to it.
Yeah. We rode the 4-wheeler instead.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
All right.
And y'all got some drone shots of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Nice.
So we did have, last time we talked about wanting to start going to some haunted locations. So I want to see in the comments if you
If anybody
guys
thought of anything, yeah.
found any for us or thought of anything.
Yeah.
And then,
Because I'm kind of drawing a blank. Everything that I think of is going to be probably too big or too expensive or something like that. You know what I mean? Like real high profile places. You
mean
know?
like that Insidious house?
Yeah,
Like
and like prisons, old insane asylums and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
But as far as just cool places
I
to go
wouldn't really
camping,
call that camping either. If you're paying to stay at some place, unless we bring in like our jet boils or
well,
something.
that's what I would imagine doing is bringing all that
I mean,
stuff.
we're not going to
and-
have a tent.
Well, if we're in the thing, you don't need a tent. You
That's
can
what
just
I mean,
kind of
yeah.
set up a sleeping pad somewhere. Of course, you may want a tent just to separate you from the ghosts and ghouls and stuff. You know?
Ooh, spooky.
That way, at least you're in. You got some paper house to protection.
You're sitting in there in a cloth house.
in a cloth house, yeah. Ghost can't get me in here. Yeah, like that. I saw that on the news when I was looking earlier. That woman with the grizzly bear.
Yeah,
That,
tell them about that.
yeah. So apparently, I saw this in the news. This woman was camping at a campsite. I guess she was alone. I don't know. But so grizzly bear comes into her campsite and held grizzly bear away. And so the bear goes away. I guess she thinks she's cool at that point, continues on with her camp. Later on that night, the thing comes back, sneaks up on her and kills her. Probably ate her.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they just hunt for fun.
Fun. No, they're not killing for fun. They're hunting to eat.
I think that's.
Oh,
I mean,
and like what
omnivores
you
anyways.
said, they don't know how to kill very well. They just know
No.
how to eat real well.
Yeah, they're not carnivores.
So if they start eating at your feet, you're screwed because they're gonna eat your feet, and you're
Well,
gonna have to watch them eat those feet.
you know what they do, right?
They just start eating.
They literally
Yeah.
to subdue you.
Right.
They stand on you and they're
Yeah,
like
and hold you
900
down.
pounds, and then they just
Just
start.
start grabbing pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat whatever's right in
Whatever's
front of my
closest
mouth.
to your mouth. Yeah.
Those
I
things
guess
are
you could just
crazy.
hope that your head would be the closest thing to their
Head
mouth.
or neck start
Right.
inching it towards.
God, could you imagine if you started on your feet? Oh.
You.
I
Yeah.
don't even like thinking about that. Jeez. That's worse than a horror movie. Ugh. That and then the other chick that was camping and the tree fell on her tent in the middle of the night. It was windy and the Widowmakers, you know,
Yeah.
freaking in a tent, big ass tree just bam, fell down on her. What? Did you hear something?
No.
No.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, just a big old splat, gone, dead.
Wow.
Died.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there was that other one that I told you I read where the storm came through and it just picked up everybody's tents and they're all flying through the air. They compared it to Quidditch game in Harry Potter. I saw a video of that on YouTube or something where it was just like, it was during the day and there was a bunch of people out with like the canopies and stuff. And it was like this whirlwind came through and it was picking up canopies and everything. And there was literally a porta potty that got picked way up into
Gross.
the air and it was flying around and just slinging shit out. You could see it just going. Vroom. I was like, oh, gross, man.
That's gross.
That's gross, man. And I thought we had it windy out here. Dang. That was like a little mini tornado, I think, that went through that did that.
Right.
It's like, jeez.
All right. So. What else we learned? I learned some about they may have discovered the lost city of Atlantis.
Oh, yeah.
Do we even care to talk about that? when you get back.
I'm
to camping.
fascinated by that.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
I think that is crazy. But like I said, I had seen that eye of what do they call it? The eye of the desert or something like that.
Rickshot.
Yeah, but they called it the eye of something.
You've seen that before?
I've seen that a long time ago. Remember, I pulled it up on the map and showed you because you said you hadn't seen it before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd seen that a long time ago and heard about that. But you hear so many different stories about Atlantis that it's like, okay, well, this is just another location. But then this guy comes up and he's referring to the same one, and I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. That's looks just like it. You know, how can that not be it?
Yeah.
With so many similarities and so much
Plato's
evidence,
writing and everything.
Yeah, comparing it to that, and then all the physical evidence. You know, the stone, the blue stones that they find there, and just so much stuff. You know.
Yeah.
It's like that might just be the lost.
They're gonna dig that thing up and find some cool technology.
Maybe that will have like UFOs coming out of there or something. Or maybe it's a partially buried UFO and we're just seeing the top. Oh.
That dude was just flying around, a giant tidal wave.
Cemented into the Sahara Desert. But that's why remember he said that's why nobody checks it out, is because
it's in the middle of the Sahara.
It's so expensive and difficult to do. You might as well be going to the Arctic Circle or something. You know?
Just water alone to get that far into the desert.
It would take millions of dollars to get your shit together to be able to do that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, so not a lot of people visiting that location. Just like Antarctica. Hey, look what I got.
I was about to say, you about throwing a holiday flame? Yeah.
We got some holiday flames
We need to get these flames a little bit higher.
Yeah, we need some more wood.
I don't know if that's actually going to change the color of them much. Just because there's not really flame.
Yeah, but when they start burning, man,
You think it'll change that color?
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah, that's some good coal in there.
Yeah, big time.
Appreciate it, brother.
There we go.
Thanks, sir. Yeah, we'll get another one.
But yeah, we still got the, I noticed the box of holiday flames over there, and I was like, what better time to get some holiday flames going? I'm gonna grab a hold of it with this so I can precision place it where I want it.
You're gonna precision place a holiday flame?
Look at that, right there. Oh, dang, look at that. See it already?
No, I don't. What do you mean?
What is that?
It doesn't need another one. That's just wasteful.
You think?
It's color. Look at.
Okay, well, I'll wait until that one dies out. Yeah, because that one's doing really good, isn't it? Cool. That's the gift that just keeps on giving.
Check out the Old Town Spring just north of Houston. What is that? Is that a haunted location? What is that road?
Or just something cool to look at. Because I'm down for that too, you know what I mean?
What?
Just some cool destination that would be cool to camp there.
Yeah.
Like the rock I was telling, what is it, what do they call it? Mystery rock or something?
Giant pebble. Enchanted?
Enchanted rock.
Yeah.
I'd like to go there, man. And I don't know if they allow camping or have campsites on top of the rock.
Probably not.
But that might not stop us from doing it anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they definitely
We could stealth camp up there.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Unless there's a crack.
Huh? No, there's little patches of woods up there.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
On top of a rock?
Little bitty patches, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not a lot, but if you're trying to stealth camp, I could see it being enough if we could get in there and set some hammocks and put the tarps over and not be seen, you know what I mean?
She said it's a haunted area.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Who said that?
Yo mama.
Your mama.
Said check out Old Town Spring, just north of Houston.
Okay.
Old Town Spring.
We'll have to check that out. Cause that could be cool. Haunted, I've never heard of that. Just south of Houston, she said?
Just north of
North of Houston. That's not very far. We can do that.
Yeah.
Huh, we'll have to check that out.
Dude, now that looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. Wow. I don't think any of the other times we did it did that well.
No, and Well, we were using that brand new wood that was garbage.
Oh yeah.
And it was just smoking so much and wasn't really putting off good flame.
This is good flame.
Look
Yeah,
at
we're
that.
getting good flame.
That's
Yeah.
solid flame there.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah. And I wonder if, so this one has a lot of green in it. I see some blue
I see a bunch of blue and purple up over here.
down lower. I'm wondering if we put one of these in because it was supposed to make red as well.
Really?
Well, it's supposed to be red and green. Holiday flames.
Well, I figured they'd all be the same. I didn't think they'd be different. But maybe they are. I know they have different chemicals that produce the different colors,
Yeah.
but I would have thought they would have mixed them all into the packages the same. I didn't know that they would be different.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's some red over here.
You got some red?
Yeah, over on this side. Okay, I
Holiday
see it.
flames.
I see it
All right.
now.
Your mom said the land was cursed by an Indian tribe.
So it's Indian.
So let's talk about curses. You believe in curses?
Okay, here we go. Curses. I don't know. That's a tough one because
That's your mom getting us on a
I know,
on
I
a
know.
tangent here.
because we talk about this a lot when we sit around drinking and start contemplating the universe.
Yeah. The universe is a big place.
Yeah, it is. Oh, by the way,
So curses.
but before I forget, remember when I was telling you that they always say when you die you're supposed to go to the light. You know, you see the light and then you go to the light and you're with all your loved ones and everything. I heard,
You're supposed to turn around.
turn around, don't go to the light. It's a trap. The light is a trap. If you go to the light, then
You're doing
gonna
all
be-
this again.
Then you're going to be God, basically reincarnated and dropped in some random body somewhere and have to start all over
Could be a
again.
worm.
Could be a worm or one of those little leprechaun shit eaters. You know, you never know.
Oh, did you talk about the shit eaters?
The shit eaters? Yeah, we come out here this week and things are moved around a little bit and we're like, somebody been nosing through our campsite? And then I think you realize it looked
So-
like a dog or something.
Well, the
had
first thing I noticed was,
the-
so we have kind of a stockpile of wood over here, and we put a tarp over it, and then before we left last time, I took a couple pieces of wood, laid them on this side, and then one piece of wood and put it on a storage box that I leave out here with a bunch of stuff
Right.
that I end up bringing out here anyway. So I just leave that box here, and I put the wood on it. It was moved. Hold on.
Pretty good
So
ways.
before I even say this, every single time we come out here, it's like I place that stick there, and it is there 6 months from now.
Yeah, exactly where you left it.
Everything looks exactly as we left it. So this box was moved about 5 feet, and it still had the wood on top of it,
Yeah.
which was weird. That's what reminded me that I had placed it over there. I was like, oh yeah, I put that. Why is it over here? And then we walked back over here, so we.
Plus we had video of when we left.
Yep.
And we could,
Yeah, I went because I was wondering if someone was on our land still in the wood,
right.
and but it looked exactly the
Yeah, it's
same,
still
so
all
no
there.
one stole the wood. Anyways, we set up the toilet back here, and something had dug
Dug
up.
up the holes, man. Like that deep.
Yeah,
You know, and there's nothing, there's not dirt around or anything.
yeah.
He ate it. It's like whatever dug that up, ate it, man. It's gone. And we have 2 pre-dug holes over there.
We don't have to dig a hole for a
Right.
little bit.
I was like, okay, shit eaters. Anyway, yeah, if you go into the light, you're destined to be, just start over.
And so where did
basically.
this theory come from?
I forgot, it was one of these,
Someone told you about it?
no, it was, you know, I scroll through Facebook and weird shit pops up in my feed.
Yeah, you
man.
get a lot of.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one of those weird ones. So who knows whether it has any merit at all? You know, probably not. I'm just saying, you might want to think twice before you go into the light. You know. He said, if
Well,
you
then
turn
all the other
around,
people
he
say
said,
that-
don't look at the light. Turn around, and you'll see the entire universe, and you can go where you want.
But I mean, so you're making it seem like that's the first time you've heard this, but you always hear people say, or like it's in a million movies, right? Why didn't you go into the light? Oh, I thought I had other stuff to do. And they're like, dude, go into the light.
That's the trap. They want you to think that. The man, yeah.
The people that know.
The cabal. Yeah, all the people that know.
George Soros.
George Soros and the Rothschilds, all those guys.
Yeah, so
They want you to come back so you can go back into the slave.
they know exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So curses. Tell us about curses.
Yeah.
You believe in that crap?
I don't know a lot about it. You know, like what,
Like someone-
a witch doctor or something? Yeah, curse forever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about it, but I guess I've heard of like Indian type curses.
Yeah,
and they
tell
got
me about
those
'em.
shaman and
Yeah.
stuff.
Tell me
I
about
mean,
this
I don't
stuff.
know anything to tell you about them. I don't know.
Do you think someone can put a curse on you and then all of a sudden you get bad luck or something?
That's a tough one, man. Maybe.
It sounds like you do.
Maybe.
It's okay if you do, Steve.
No, maybe. There may be something to that.
How about you guys?
Maybe they're in touch with the ones that didn't go into the light, and they can convince those which would make it seem like it's cursed,
Okay.
when actually it's just paranormal activity.
So then all of a sudden you wreck your car. It's because this dude's
Yeah.
you're a dumbass.
Right? One would like to hope, huh? Nobody wants to admit that they're a dumbass.
Shithied.
Shithied. Oh, man. But yeah, who knows, man? I like to keep an open mind, you know.
But I just me, I personally.
I've
don't believe
never-
in any of that stuff.
I know you don't.
Like literally at all.
But I don't have any reason to believe it. I've never actually seen or experienced anything firsthand. You know what I mean? So it's one of those where, okay, I'll keep an open mind. I don't fully believe it until I actually experience it for myself. It's hard to,
Yeah.
you know. That's just one of those, okay, take it on faith kind of things. But
You ever seen that movie, The Skeleton Key?
I don't think so.
If you have, you should. So
Okay.
basically, the moral of the story is that stuff absolutely cannot affect you unless you believe in it.
Right. Kind of like that.
And then if you do believe in it, boom, you're done for.
Kind of like, right. Kind of like that whole theory of the certain things in the universe don't exist until they're actually observed.
Yeah, like
was-
Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah, there was some stuff we were looking at on that. It's like, how does that work? It doesn't. You actually, and they actually proved it with light. That guy did an experiment with light waves, and it somehow would know whether you were looking at it or not. And if you looked at it, it
was there.
would literally go back in time and change the way it would. It was like quantum shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It would change
No,
from waves to particles or something
Yeah, I
like
can't
that.
remember the name of that.
That
one, but
experiment.
I do
You know what I'm
you're
talking about?
Yeah. Where they put it through like
some
12 holes
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, that's the
and
one, that's the one.
Depending on if you looked at it and you could manipulate it depending
Mm-hmm.
on which one you were looking at. Yeah.
That's interesting shit right
I can't
there.
remember that. That was some lab test. I
So,
can't
but
remember.
yeah, so there's something to that. I mean, maybe not exactly what they're trying to say, but something is there. It's almost as if there's some intelligent thing at work that knows whether you're watching or not. Somebody's watching. And then that goes back to the whole, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there to hear it, does it still make a sound? I would say yes. Because just
I think by definition.
the impact would create compressions of air, which would then be sent out as shock waves, and that is sound. So the sound would be there, whether you could hear it or not. Right?
I don't know. I think they're talking semantics at that point. Like if you read the definition, it says a sound is something observed or something, then the answer
So,
is no.
so if you don't hear it, then it's not a sound.
Maybe.
See, I
don't know.
disagree.
I'd need to go
Yeah,
and
I would disagree
read
with
the
that one.
definition of it.
Because the sound, you can have sound there and nobody hear it. It's still
Yeah,
sound.
it makes a wave.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a wave. It's there.
Yeah, yeah.
It exists.
Yeah.
Whether anybody hears it or not, it's
Yeah, it
still
made
there.
the butterfly on the other side of the planet
Sure.
screw
He
off. or
flaps
something.
his wings
Yeah.
and there's a tsunami in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll buy that for $1. But yeah, I could go for some cursed Indian land.
Yeah, I could definitely do that.
We could do that. I know
No
you
problem
could do
at
it.
all.
Well, I just think it would be interesting to do some shit like that, especially with you, because you are such a non-believer in it.
Super non-believer.
It would be really cool if you changed your mind.
I would love to experience something.
To make you change, or at least consider it.
Consider it.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I've had people in my house go, "Oh my God, did you just hear that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, the refrigerator turned on." Like, I was always
Right.
able to explain away.
Oh, the ice
whatever it
machine
was.
just dumped. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
no, it's not a ghost. The house shifted. The door shut.
It's taken me a long time camping to get over that, because camping and you go to sleep at night and everything's all quiet.
And you hear some
There's
crinkling.
so many noises. It's like, what the hell was that?
Hey,
Is something creeping up on me?
I'm with you on that one because
Yeah. And then it's like, nah, it was just a, like the other night when you were like, what the hell was that? I'm like, dude, there's so much ice falling out of the trees and everything that there's just noises everywhere. You're like, no, that sounded like footsteps.
no.
Or something.
So when Mike and I went on that hike, there was something. It sounded like something was walking. I mean, it literally was like crunch, crunch, crunch.
Well, maybe it was. Maybe a little
No.
armadillo or something.
Because I heard something and I was like, immediately opened my tent, jumped out. Mm-hmm. There was nothing. There was nothing anywhere.
No, they just stopped and went.
Yeah, it predator.
Yeah.
No, but I looked out and I was like, man, there is literally nothing out here, and it was freezing. It was like 19 degrees when we started that hike, so it was freezing out, and there was literally nothing.
Well, sometimes there is something there. Like I've been there, and it's usually a freaking, where we're at, it's usually a freaking armadillo, right? Oh, remember that time we were drinking coffee and filming the coffee?
Yeah.
And we were sitting there, and then all of a sudden we hear something, and we're both like,
a whole little tribe.
There was like
a whole little tribe of
a bunch of little
armadillos.
babies going by, and we're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all have your way through. Thank you very much.
That coffee one was awesome.
Yeah.
We need to do another one like that. Dana said, BS, this house is haunted. See, here's my whole thought on that, right? If things can be haunted, if you die, you're limited, so you can't go through walls. You're stuck in that house like Beetlejuice or something.
Well, unless you go to the light.
No, I'm just saying, if you're a ghost, wouldn't you can go do whatever you want. You're stuck in a house.
You would like to think that. Well, I think what they say.
Like, who came up with that concept?
I don't know, but I think what they say is some people who had unfinished business and may not actually, they weren't ready.
Okay.
And they died so suddenly.
Okay.
That they may not necessarily know that they're dead. And they're continuing on as normal and thinking everything's normal, and they don't really pick up. Kind of like that movie.
So maybe they're not stuck in the house. They're just
They
coming and going.
They just don't bother to leave. They're going about normal daily business.
They're going to get their coffee and
yeah.
They don't.
And you just happen to experience some run-ins with them.
So one.
But what
theory,
was that movie with Bruce Willis? Remember?
Bruce Willis?
Really? Or
Die Hard.
Not Die Hard.
Die Hard 2?
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Prove me wrong.
No, it is.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. No, the one where with the kid, I see dead people.
Oh, Sixth
Sense.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis through that whole movie was dead.
Yeah.
And he didn't know it. And he was talking to that kid.
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert! Dude, everybody's seen that movie.
I
It's so
hope so.
old. But yeah, kind of like that. You know what I mean? They're going about their daily shit like nothing's like.
Did you say and so was the kid? The
No,
kid
he
wasn't dead.
No, he was talking to the kid this whole time.
Yeah.
And the kid.
He thought he was alive.
And he was talking to the kid, but the kid was like, "I see dead people."
Yeah.
And he was
You're
talking to
dead.
him. Really? How does this go about? No, you're one of the dead ones that I see.
Yeah.
And he never picked up on that until the end. Yeah. That was a trippy movie. Tripster. I love movies like that, man. That just at the end just.
Yeah. Shyamalan does some good ones.
Yeah.
Dana said. She said, "I'm gonna be pissed if I die and get stuck in this house with the rest of the ghosts." There's no
the rest of the ghosts.
There are no ghosts.
Well, that was like in that what was that horror story, American Horror Story?
Yeah.
That murder house.
Yeah, the very first one.
Where all those people, anybody who died in the house was stuck there, so
Yeah.
they're like stuck there with each other. And they hate each other.
Yeah. That one was awesome.
That was greatness.
I think he didn't like it.
Yeah, he didn't like. You just said you didn't like that stuff, right? I just thought that. So some of those were pretty damn funny though, because they're like stuck together forever, you know, in this house, and they can't leave the house except like one night a year. And they
On
all go out
Halloween.
and party. Yeah.
Or Friday the 13th or something.
No, I think it was Halloween. Yeah, you're right. And they all go out and party on that one freaking night.
Yeah.
And then they gotta all come back to the house. That was funny, man. What is it?
Hold on real quick.
Uh-oh. Is it intermission?
Wasn't very well, but there's a bunch of.
You want me to read it?
Take it.
Uh,
I don't know any of the places, man.
Oh, what was that guy's name on Joe Rogan?
which one?
The guy that you never see?
Jamie?
Jamie.
Oh, thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
Okay, so Jamie just got us the 10 most haunted campgrounds in Texas. S'mores, campfires, sleeping bags. Several things come to mind when camping in lush Texas campground, but perhaps what doesn't come to mind is that campgrounds are sometimes home to not only family memories, but family fear.
Fear. Or the dead family members of past days. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so the 10 most haunted campgrounds in Texas.
Are there any in the Dallas-Fort Worth area?
Rusk, KOA campground, Rusk, Texas.
KOA. Yeah, they're a big one.
What's KOA? You
Remember
know?
I was telling you about KOA. You were like, what's KOA? It's a chain. It's a camping chain, kind of like
Oh.
Chili's.
Oh, no.
It's for campgrounds.
heard
It's
that.
Campgrounds of America.
Sunset Point on Lake LBJ, Marble Falls, Texas.
Marble Falls, I've heard of that. Where's that at? That
Marble
might be
Falls.
cool because they're going to have some waterfalls, right? With a bunch of marbles coming over?
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of Garland in Garland.
You got a point there.
Blazing Star
Until
Luxury
Christmas.
RV Resort in San Antonio. RV Park of Victoria, Texas.
That's close, isn't it?
The
Victoria?
the Vineyard Campgrounds and Cabins Grapevine, that's close.
That's close, yeah. Then the Vineyards Campground and
The Vineyards
in
Campground
Grapevine?
and Cabins and Grapevine. Let's read that.
Hmm.
The Vineyards is home to a ghost bride who seems to be in search of her new husband. According to local legend, the campground was the site of the couple's honeymoon many years ago when the wife confessed she had an affair prior to their engagement. The man took a knife and stabbed her in a rage.
Ouch.
Now the ghostly apparition of a woman in a wedding dress is said to be wandering between cabins sobbing. I want to go there. I
You
want
wanna-
to check
you wanna
that one
get
out.
this on film.
I guarantee you I don't see crap.
I don't see crap. Have you ever heard of the Lady of the Lake at White Rock Lake?
I think-
Have you ever heard of that?
Steve. No.
You haven't?
But I've been to White Rock a million times, so
But you've never heard of the Lady of the Lake?
no.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've
that's
seen
just
a movie like The Lady of the Lake.
no.
or
It's there
something.
at White Rock Lake. There's a lore of the Lady of the Lake. I think it's similar to what you're saying. People will be driving around a certain road that goes around the lake, and they'll see this lady walking down the side of the road. And
Dana just said, if you find a latex suit, it belongs to the ghost.
that's from.
I'm guessing she just
Horror
got
story.
she got a latex suit. She's trying to tell me it's a ghost.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We're not talking about American Horror
Yeah.
Story. Yeah.
Okay, so that one's in Grapevine, not far. I say we do that one soon.
Heck yeah.
I want to see if I see a
And that's a campground, so we could just slide on up in there, no problem.
yeah. So
Get us a primitive site.
Woodlands Lake RV Park, Woodlands, Texas.
Go for some midnight walks around the cabins.
Waco, that one's 4 hours away. Riverview Campground, Texas. Let's read this one real quick. A whole bunch of weird stuff's happened in Waco. Hold on tight to your
Right.
children. This particular campground, several campers have recently reported that the ghost of a little boy, I think I've read this one before, has befriended each of their children while staying here. I did read this one. At first, each believed their kids had developed an imaginary friend, but then the ghost boy started to appear behind each child whenever they were near a reflective surface. A few of them think the boy is evil and trying to steal their children, so he has a playmate in death.
He's trying to take my Skittles.
Post Oak Place, Denton, Texas. All right, so this
There's
one's close.
Denton.
Let's read
The
this one.
pasture little glass. over
Recent. There you go. Thanks, good buddy. Recently, reports of paranormal
Let's go,
activity had
please.
taken place at this
that?
campsite. When a family saw a mysterious young man hanging out in the background of a photograph they took, they believed it was a wayward camper just trying to be funny. But when the same young man began appearing in all of the photographs they
Whoa.
took, they realized it was a spirit who was joining in on their vacation. After the family went back home, they claimed that the spirit showed himself in bodily form standing in their living room. Wait, what? After the family went back home, they claimed that the spirit showed himself in a bodily form standing in their living room.
So they all just saw him standing there.
So they were out camping.
He showed up in the photos,
and then they went home and
and
the
he was
dude's
there at their house.
Yeah.
That's creep fest.
Yeah. I don't think he would.
You
show
don't
up in
believe
my
that
house.
for a damn second, do you?
No.
Cheers.
I would have to interview them, talk to them, separate them. That would be an interrogation. Cheers, buddy. For you guys watching, you better open a beer or something.
Oh, that's a spicy meatball.
Mission, Texas. I'll skip this one. Kingsland. Ever heard of that?
Yeah.
How far?
I don't remember. I do restaurants in all these places, so they all sound familiar, but I don't know exactly where they're at.
Okay. Good list, Jamie.
Yeah, that's
Let's
good.
find something else. So
And some close by ones too.
We've got at
Denton,
least-
Grapevine,
it sounds like we've got at least two
at least two.
that we could.
Like do real soon.
Yeah. And yeah, I think those would be fun.
Yeah.
Go there in search of ghosts with the total non-believer.
Well, with a total non-believer, and it's like, okay, if we can document some shit on film and edit this video together and put that out and say, here, bam, it's real. We got proof, here it is.
Well, oh, okay. If this dude showed up in all their photographs, why wouldn't he show up in video? He should, right?
You'd think.
I mean,
All it is a bunch of photographs
yeah, it's a whole bunch of photographs that.
taken real fast.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? Hey, we can take still pictures too.
No, he just should show up on our cameras.
Well, I'm just saying, we can take still pictures with different types of cameras and all that kind of crap.
I'm pretty sure there is not someone behind us.
Hmm?
Just kidding. That's good. It's kind of being like my rear view mirror in case
Oh,
that wolf dog comes back.
Right, he's a little shit eater. He's like, you're gonna have to wait.
That would be weird if I looked and all of a sudden there's someone with an axe like right
Yeah.
here.
Or the little leprechaun going,
Hey, I think we might be ready for holiday flame.
you ready for package number dos?
Yeah.
Or numero dos?
I do see some super really blue flames.
There's
in there.
a few still down there, but they're not real big like they were a minute ago. Whoosh. Get in there.
Was that the perfect location?
Yes. Look
All
at that.
right, look at that.
Skadoosh.
A lot of green.
Where'd Jamie go?
Yeah, I think Jamie took off.
Oh.
All right, what else we got? So
I got some honey bourbon cigars.
I think we've got haunted location, stealth camping,
We found a few places
hiking.
that might be some good locations for the stealth camping since the last time we talked.
Yeah,
At least 2 or 3 maybe.
and we got the hiking.
And the hiking, and now we got a couple places to look into for destination camping.
Yeah,
I still would like, I think Enchanted Rock would be good to do before it gets too hot.
we need to jot these down.
We need to stop. I already have a list going.
Especially like those 2
Yeah.
haunted locations.
Yeah, when we're done here, I'll add them to my list. Yeah.
Okay. One thing Steve wants to do, and babe, this goes to you. He wants to do the little spider cars.
Yes,
Trip
I've
down
been-
to
I've been
the hill
mentioning
country.
that for
I know,
years.
and she said she's cool with it. However, we need to document it so we can make some videos. So are you
Absolutely.
good?
She's gonna have to be in
with
some
being
videos.
filmed?
Yeah.
Because probably set up the GoPro on the front, the back, the top.
Yeah, it's gonna
Probably
be real
put
hard to
one
make
on
a
you.
video of us on a couples trip and our other
It's only
halves
me and
not
you.
being, yeah, that's gonna be difficult. Yeah. Talk about movie magic. Because you know they're gonna want to drive some. Especially Dana. I know she's gonna want to get behind the wheel of that thing.
She might.
Might.
Does that have one? It's got one wheel.
One
in the back.
wheel in the back and two in the front. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like a little sports car, man. Just little side by side.
Do you have to wear helmets?
I don't think you have to.
But it doesn't have.
It doesn't have a roll cage,
So
but
if you flip that thing.
no, I think it has a bar that comes up behind
Oh,
you.
that's
enough
right. Like
that it wouldn't
something
roll.
like this.
It wouldn't crush. Yeah, I don't think if you flipped it, I think you'd be all right.
Unless there was a rock right there.
Yeah, that would suck.
You rolled right on.
Yeah, perfect timing. Rock right in the face. No, I do see a lot of people wearing helmets. Like when we went on the Three Sisters, there was like tons of those things all over the Three Sisters, and a lot of those guys were wearing helmets.
Yeah.
But they're also probably going down these 20-mile-an-hour curves doing 100 miles an hour.
I don't know
too.
why you'd wear a helmet. I mean.
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah. So we've got a request.
What's that?
So DP said Mel and I didn't agree to video.
Ah!
What she said was, "We'll go. That going on a trip sounds like fun."
But we just can't video it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can create a
We
video.
can still do it, and we'll blur out their faces.
Or no, we can just handhold it and point it away from them. You know, when we're driving, we can get them to film us. And then if they're not driving, we can film ourselves.
Hold my camera.
Yeah.
So we got a request.
We might be able to creatively film that to get something out of it.
Shannon Drake said, "I think you guys should play Truth or Drink." All right.
Truth or drink? Well, it's always going to be drink. Come on.
Yeah. You guys ask us a
Hey, what
question.
color is the sun? Drink.
If you guys have a question, you ask it, and if we don't answer it, we'll drink. We're probably gonna drink anyways. So.
I'm gonna drink anyway. So, yeah, that's an easy game. Truth or drink? It's always drink.
All right, Jamie, you got anything else for us?
Bring up.
He's gonna see what else he can bring up.
Huh? Oh,
I just asked him if he's got anything else for us.
I like.
I think it's about time for another drink. And
yeah.
by the way, you guys should be drinking too. This is
What are you drinking?
this
That's
is
the question.
campfire time.
Put
Yeah.
it in the
I don't know.
comments.
Put it in the comments.
Maybe they could get some new shot ideas.
What's the craziest thing that happened to you since you started this? Since we started what, the channel or out here this week? We'll wait to reply.
Here, give me your cup.
Oh, thank you.
Need some more ice. Because I'm starting to kind of think. I take that as the channel, yeah.
So what's the craziest thing that's happened to us since we started the
There's
channel?
been quite a few kind of crazy things. Like the first time I came out here, that was a little bit before the channel.
Okay, since the channel.
Okay, because yeah, I got stuck. I keep getting stuck in the mud. So that's crazy.
That's not the craziest. What's the craziest?
I don't know. You getting buried in the snow the other night was up there in the
But
list.
that wasn't bad. I was snug and warm.
I
in
know,
there.
it was just funny as shit.
That was super funny. Hey, so if you haven't seen that short,
Man.
after this live, click on the shorts.
Yeah,
and
look
go to
there.
our channel if you're not on the channel first. Go to our shorts and look for one called.
I think it's Buried Alive or
Tony
something.
Gets Buried Alive.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. What happened? I'll give you a spoiler alert. Steve had to do some work, so he went to his truck where he was actually getting warm with his heater.
Well,
And
I can't
was
work when my fingers are freezing.
Yeah, you're trying to work on the
So I was
laptop.
in there.
So
4 hours.
I said, man, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
So I went and laid down in my tent. It got completely buried by snow. Everything except for this little tomb where Tony was.
But, yeah.
And he comes up and he's like, Tony, get up. And you're gonna die. And I obviously woke up, I think.
Yeah.
Unless I'm a ghost.
Right. Hey,
Am I a
maybe
ghost?
you died and you just don't know it.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I do want to talk about the first time we died. So the craziest thing. So that one, I think that was pretty crazy because from video footage, it actually does look crazy, but I don't think that was that crazy. Let's see. Did the hike? You did. I think you going and camping at Ghost Island was pretty cool.
That was cool.
I don't know if you saw any ghosts.
It wasn't crazy, but man, it was crazy hot.
I mean, it was super fun.
Yeah, it was fun. That was my first time ever sailing.
He went sailing.
Yeah.
probably could have gotten eaten by a shark. He leaves the coast of Florida, goes out to an island.
Yeah.
That was, I would say from footage perspective, that looks pretty crazy.
And I'm shocked at how well you were able to put that together. By the way,
I appreciate it.
kudos for that.
Let's see. What else have we done? Oh, we did
Jamie, you want a honey bourbon?
we did tent reviews at about 100 and 115 degrees out. Those were pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to get so much filmed right now, so we're not having to film in July and August because it's literally.
And
I'm
also,
not sure where you guys are from, but in Texas, it's 150 degrees out. We're 50 miles away from the sun, and
it's bad.
It's not comfortable.
Yeah, but I've also been trying to think of some ideas of some either interesting or useful content that we could put out that we could do indoors, you know.
Oh,
kind of like the TV reviews and things like
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah.
That's helpful stuff. People
yeah,
can get some value out of that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Shannon Drake said, "Tell Steve this is Shannon Bush." Wait.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything creepy? Did we hear anything creepy where?
Yeah, I mean, at night when we're camping,
Oh,
we
out
get
here?
creepy stuff all the time.
Yeah, we kept hearing that beeping sound over there. No, I think you said it was a frog. Pretty sure that was a frog.
That was a frog, yeah. But the thing is you hear it at first, it's like, what the heck was that?
Yeah, and
Whoa.
Steve's seen a couple dogs right over here really close to camp. We've seen
A
deer.
donkey? There?
Yeah.
We're sitting here. It was like, is that a donkey? There's a donkey.
And it was loud.
Yeah.
It sounded like it was about 10 feet.
We had to walk over there. It was like, is there a donkey creeping up on us?
Yeah, we walked about, I don't know, quarter mile that way, and we were looking. We didn't see anything. It was like
But
4 in the
later,
morning.
when we left, I was like, what the hell? Yeah, shit-eating donkey. But no, later on we did, when we were leaving, we saw the donkey on another neighboring property.
She's asking, did you hear anything creepy at Ghost Island?
Honestly,
Did you feel or hear or?
It didn't go as planned, and we need to revisit that. And we were going to revisit that at Thanksgiving, but the weather was bad, and we didn't get a chance to do it. Because what happened was it was so hot that we could not continue. We were trying to get up into the forts at Fort McRae and do some nighttime, middle of the night filming up in there and see if we could see any creepy stuff going on. But we didn't get in there because we got so hot.
You guys were getting eaten up
when
by
we got
bugs.
close, all of a sudden we got attacked by like flies, and I don't know. There was just shit.
Maybe those were ghosts.
Maybe.
The ghosts look like flies.
Driving us away or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, I talked to Nick about it. He's totally down to do it. We were going to do it, but we got rained out. But and now he has a bigger boat too, so we can go, and he has bigger sails, so we can move faster. So we're gonna go, and we're gonna.
How long did it take you to sail there?
To get there? It didn't take us very long at all, maybe a couple hours. But
on that rinky-dinky little
we
boat.
were going really slow, and there wasn't a lot of wind, and he
That's
only had
right.
one sail. Now he has 2 or 3 sails on that thing.
Yeah.
So he's got I think he's actually gonna get a spinnaker for that.
What's that? One of those ones that shoots up?
No, it's the square sail.
Yeah.
That's called a spinnaker.
Okay.
But I think he had the new one he's got. I forget what it's called, but you know how his sail comes down in the back like a triangle?
I think what's his name had one of those in Waterworld, where he shot it up and it.
That was like a kite. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a kite.
Yeah. No, he got another sail. I forget what it's called, but it's just like the front one, but it goes out in the front. And it matches the one in the back, and it literally gives you twice as much power, you know what I mean? So we can get there fast now. He's got better stuff now. But so we're gonna camp closer to the site or actually in the site next time, so that we can get up in there. And we're gonna do it in a colder time of year, to where there's not so bad bugs and we're not sweating balls like we were last time. That was horrible. I told you I couldn't even get in the tent. I slept on the beach in the chair like this.
Wow.
Just like I do here.
Yeah. Oh, I'd have been filming you the whole time. Hey, by the way, at the end of this camping season, I'm gonna make a compilation. It's gonna be like this.
Pizza. Did you put that one out?
Yeah.
The
yeah.
pizza when we were shoving pizza in my
I
mouth.
was like, here, hey,
I'm like,
eat it.
but to answer your question, no, we didn't see anything, but we didn't get up into the fort like we wanted to. We got kind of cut short by the nature,
Okay.
the evil nature. It was bad. It was brutal, man. God. I was in pain, dude, just from sweating. And then I told you we forgot the water. We bought a 12-pack of water to bring with us, and we left it in the damn truck. All we had was like 2 bottles of water with us, and we used one of them to make coffee. I was like, dude, we gotta have some coffee in the morning, you know. And then going on the way back, we had brought hot dogs with us.
Ashley, dude.
I know. We
Ashley.
left it in the back of the truck, dude. I don't know how that happened. But anyway, this is funny. Ladies and gentlemen, the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored butter.
What?
We had brought hot dogs with us.
So you were drinking the juice?
No, no. The hot dogs were in the cooler. I had this Yeti with us.
Okay.
And then we had all the hot dogs and everything in there. And the ice had melted. And we were freaking thirsty. And Nick was like, just pour me some of that water. And I poured it out. And he said it tasted like the hot dogs. I think the hot dog juice had dripped in there. So it was mixed in with the water.
Excellent.
It was nice and cold, and he drank that shit, dude. He was like, hot dog water, man.
Gross.
Yeah, it was nasty. I was like, no, I'll pass on that. Just give me another beer.
It's like that movie Mud, when those kids bring Matthew McConaughey the beanie weenies, and he opens it, or Vienna sausages, he opens it and goes.
Dude, when I was a kid, I used to eat Vienna sausages all the time. I love those things.
Oh, I still do.
I had them in my lunch.
I don't remember the last time I had one, but
I had the little cans, and I'd have them in my lunch. My dad would put them in my lunch for lunch every day. I love those things. Now I look back on them, I'm like, God, that's some nasty shit, dude. Kind of like Spam. And now Spam's making a comeback, man. They're selling that.
I brought a can of Spam with bacon.
You did?
Yeah, we can cook it right now if you
We
want.
should have cooked it for lunch, man.
We need to make a
We should have made
video
some
on that.
Spam sandwiches.
Spamwiches?
Spamwiches.
We actually need to do a video on that and talk about the gourmet, because I guess
They're doing it in some gourmet restaurants.
all the bougie people are eating
The
Spam
bougie
these
people
days.
are eating Spam.
Hey, Shannon asks, she was talking about Ghost Island. She says, where is Ghost Island? I know of Fiji, but no other.
It's Fort McRae on the west side, is all it is. Fort McRae.
Does she know where Fort McRae
She
is?
should know where Fort McRae is.
Okay. And then...
it's right across the bay from, not the bay, the intercoastal from the Navy base. Kind of to the west of the canal.
And she's asking, Rose, are you still here? Is that the guitar playing buddy?
Shannon, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've known her forever. But yeah, we were calling it Ghost Island because we were hoping there'd be some ghosts. We've heard the stories about, people having weird experiences up there and stuff like that. And there's always stories around places like that. So we're like, hey, let's get up in there and film some stuff and see if we see anything. And Nick was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's
No,
go.
I'd probably go. How big is that island?
Huh?
How big is that?
It's not very far across. I mean, it's a barrier island.
Oh.
Out off the coast of.
So not a mile.
Oh hell no!
It's
I could
just
throw a
barrier.
rock across it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
And the beach that we were
probably-
camped on
probably
was sand all the way.
20 yards, 30 yards or something.
I would say the spot we were on was maybe from here to Camp 1 over there.
Okay.
About that big.
It's maybe 100 yards. Okay.
Yeah, it was a little thicker than that.
All right.
But it goes like this, it's not the same everywhere, It's
And it's kind of a
some
C shape
pieces will
or
get
something.
wider and some pieces will get thinner.
Okay.
And we were on one of the thinner spots.
Cool.
So yeah. But we went there because it was sand all the way across. There was no dunes. That way we could walk from the intercoastal all the way out to the Gulf and be on whichever side. And the Gulf was actually a little nicer. But at night, when it's that dark, I was like, I wanted to get in the water to cool off, and I was like, it's so dark, and I'm like, ugh, there could be a shark right there, dude. Nighttime's feeding time. I was like, I'll pass. I wanted to so bad, it was so hot. Just spooky, man. That black water.
Yeah. Well, did you watch that
Well, there's a lot
video?
of sharks in the water.
Midnight on Ghost Island. You need to check it out. So,
That was pretty fun.
uh,
Great editing, by the way.
so Steve and his son get on this boat, and it's one of our videos. So Steve and his son get on this boat. It's we'll watch it later. But Steve and his son get on this boat that's
A little small.
and they're going in the
sailboat.
Atlantic Ocean.
Really a one man.
Yeah.
No, not Atlantic. We were in the.
The Gulf?
Well, we weren't in the Gulf in the boat. We were in the Intercoastal Waterway.
What the hell is that?
It's the
You're
little.
saying a lot of big words here. I'm going to take that as a sign of disrespect. What's the Intercoastal Waterway?
It's a strip of water that the barrier island separates the intercoastal.
Oh,
from
is that
the-
like at the very far end of Florida, and then you've got the Keys here?
No, the intercoastal runs all the way down the Florida. The barges stay in there. It's just a little strip of water.
So you weren't in the Atlantic?
The Atlantic is.
Are
on
there
the east-
sharks there?
Yes,
That's all I'm saying. There's sharks.
and
That's all you gotta
dolphins.
say.
A lot of dolphins too.
Are they porpoises or dolphins?
I think they're dolphins.
So you don't know?
Isn't that the same damn thing?
I don't know. I said there were dolphins one time. My uncle goes, "No, those are porpoises," and I was like, "What the hell's the difference?" And one's a longer snout or something. One's smarter, I'm guessing. And yeah.
No, there's lots and lots of dolphins, and yes, there have been more sharks lately. There's been a few attacks around the Pensacola and Destin and all that, but no, this is just a little bit west of Pensacola, just west of the Navy base. In fact, one morning that we woke up to leave, just happened to be, it was right around 4th of July, and the Blue Angels always do an air show on the beach for the 4th of July. We were the day before that, so they were doing their practice show that day.
Okay.
And when we woke up, we could literally hear them firing their engines up because we're right across the intercoastal from the Navy base, and we could hear them firing up, and they went, and when they took off, oh my God,
Boom.
we could, as far as away, we could feel the rumble in our chest.
Right.
And they just, because you got 6, it used to be 7, but there's 6 of these
Yeah.
planes
Yeah.
that all take off at the same time, and they fire those afterburners, and it's like, and they all took out, and we watched them just pop right up from the trees, and they circled right over our freaking heads and took off down the beach.
Funny.
Yeah, it was cool.
Okay, so Shannon says, is that the boat Nick made? And I am going to say, for cinematic purposes,
Yes.
that is the boat that Nick made.
That boat that he made is badass, man. I'm still blown away at how good of a job
Thanks,
he did
brother.
on that boat, man. It's because that is literally, that's the first boat he's ever made. And just the fact that he made a boat is kind of impressive to me.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
In a garage?
Yeah, in the garage, and a lot of the shit he found on the side of the road.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because he didn't spend a lot of money on it. He'd be riding along and see a bunch of scrap wood on the side of the road and say, oh, throw it in the back of the truck.
That is crazy. How do you find scrap wood?
You know what he's making now?
A transformer?
He's making a paddle board. One of those that you stand up on?
Sup.
Huh?
Sup.
A sup?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've always just called it a
Up.
paddle.
Yeah.
Stand up and paddle. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's an up dog?
Sup, dog?
What's up, dog? No, but dude, he framed it all out, and he's got these little planks that are going down. He's making it all out of like lightweight, thin wood and everything. He was just about done with it when we went down to visit last time. I'm like, shit, man, that thing's crazy. He just builds this shit
Yeah.
out of scrap wood.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like, wow.
Nick's impressive.
Yeah,
I like that
but I
kid.
think his paddleboard that he's actually got some good high quality woods on it, like shit that you would spend a lot of money on. But
Wouldn't those be better made with like fiberglass or something?
they have fiberglass
foam
in
on the
them,
inside?
but the wooden ones are actually more expensive. They're higher quality,
And
handmade. You know,
don't those have like some kind of foam or something on the inside?
they don't have to.
Oh, okay.
In fact, he all of his framing members, he actually drilled holes all in them to lower the weight. You know.
Mm.
because it's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
He's got a custom little handle. He's got a little groove in the bottom, so when he carries it, he can flip it up sideways and reach around it and actually have a place to grab it with his hand.
Okay.
So he can carry it down the beach.
So it's only like this big?
It's a normal paddleboard. They're
'Cause
big.
I thought those things were like
They're
this
big.
wide.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
It's big. Yeah. I'll have to. I'll have to pull up a picture of it and show you. But I think he's almost done with it. But yeah, one of his neighbors down there, at one point gave him a paddleboard. They didn't want it anymore, and it was one of those that was made of.
He was like, this is impressive, but I can do better.
Well, not so much that is that he started using it and messing around with it and loved it, dude. Every time we went down and got a condo and he'd come to stay with us, he'd bring the paddleboard and freaking as the sun is coming up, we're sitting on the balcony drinking coffee, watching him waking bacon on the surf out there.
Nick is a trip, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
He'd paddle out there and just have his way with nature, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good times, man. He's living it up, that's for sure. I'm like, dude, enjoy it while it lasts. Eventually you're gonna have to get to work.
Right. Hey, well, we've been going for what, an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes.
Usually we go about 2 hours, you know.
Oh, well, a second ago it said that there was only one person in chat, but there are 4. Oh, you want to go for 2 hours?
Who else in the chat?
I can't tell. I mean, I know we got your mom and Shannon, guessing DP and maybe, hey, let's have roll call real quick. Who else is still here? Trying to see if we need to keep going or
if you're here, just type a 1 and hit enter. Boom, just so we see that you're here.
And if you're not here, hit a 0.
Yeah. Good call. What if all of a sudden 50 zeros pop up?
That'd be badass.
Would you believe a ghost then?
I was about to say I might start believing in ghosts.
That's funny.
That would be funny. Whole bunch of zeros
Yeah,
from
like,
different
whoa.
accounts. Ghost 1, Ghost
Ghost
2.
2, yeah. Oh, dang. Ghost accounts. I do find it funny, though, because we were talking about this before, how our subscriber counts will go up and then down and then up and then down.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
up. So we were talking about how many of those accounts are people that subscribe to us and then actually watched some videos
And said, nope,
and
not
said,
for me.
"Ah, they suck, get rid of them."
Super
Yeah.
possible.
It's super possible,
Yeah.
especially if you're not into camping and you saw you getting buried in the snow and then didn't realize it was a camping channel.
Yeah, yeah.
And then,
They-
and then
they
you realize,
thought it was
oh,
something
yeah,
funny."
I don't want to see this crap.
Yeah.
But how many of those are actually accounts from shady people
That got
that
banned.
have gotten banned or shut down?
Yeah.
Or how many accounts are from, what was the other one that I was saying?
So either fake accounts,
Fake
banned,
accounts.
fake
Like-
accounts,
like
banned
ro-
accounts,
yeah.
or just
Like just
Not really into our stuff.
spammer accounts, people that subscribe and then they spam you or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
We've already had one instance that I believe was a
a
troll.
spam.
Yeah.
Oh, a troll. Oh, the
Yeah,
Hi,
the,
I'm
the
8.
8-year-old
Yeah.
kid. Yeah, I don't.
yeah. Mel told us earlier this
Yeah.
week that someone put in our chat or in a comment and said, "Hey, my mom keeps
My
annoying
mom is
me.
so annoying. I
My
think I'm
mom
gonna
keeps
run away."
annoying
Yeah.
me, and I want to run away. Do you guys have any?
Oh, like, what do you think about that?
What do you think? Yeah,
And I'm just like,
deleted.
yeah, let's just wrong channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not therapists. Yeah, we're camping. But although I tend to say, hey, go home and go camping with your mom.
Shannon says, Steve, you said you've known me forever. Tell him about marrying my daughter and how you became my son-in-law.
I think I did tell you about that, didn't I?
I don't know. Maybe. Let's hear it.
Oh, they had a little fake wedding and everything, man. Of course, she was like, what? I don't know, 2 years old or something. I don't even know why we did that. It was just.
No, I haven't heard of this.
No, it was just. You know how the little kids, they like to play dress up and all that. I think she got into like a little gown and everything.
How old were you?
I was like a teenager or something.
Okay, and you married a 2-year-old?
Yeah. It wasn't a real wedding. We were just playing.
Let's. I haven't heard this. Let's go through from
were
the.
just-
Take it from the top, brother.
We were just playing house. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were just sitting around playing house, playing guitar, and we had a little wedding because Margot wanted to. I don't know. It was just. Playing.
Who's Margot?
Her daughter?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I got to see them again a couple of weeks ago. That was awesome. At the birthday party. They were all
okay.
there and everything, yeah. Margot's all grown up now. She's like 20-something. She's Nick's age, I guess. Well, no, she's actually older than Nick.
I was gonna say she'd have to be in her 30s
Yeah.
if you were 12. And,
No, she's not in her 30s, but she's in her mid-20s, the mid to the late 20s, I think. How old is Margot, Shannon?
She was in love with Steve. She said no, she was 4 at the time.
4, okay.
She was in love with Steve.
Oh, really? I didn't realize she liked me that much. I mean, we hung out a lot, but...
It was so cute.
That's so cute.
I'm gonna marry Steve. Okay, we'll get married. That's
Well,
awesome.
she's got a cool guy of her own now, so she's doing much better, I'm sure.
Did you guys hear about the actress who got stabbed last week? Reese something?
An actress that got stabbed. I don't know that I've heard about that.
I don't think I've heard about that.
I heard something about a cop beating somebody up.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, I don't like talking
for
about
now.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard something about another celebrity that died. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Reese something?
That's the...
Not Reese Witherspoon.
No way.
Or was it not?
What?
The knife. He was talking about the knife. Who got stabbed with the knife? Reese someone?
Because I said with a spoon and she said
No, it was
no with a knife.
Okay, I get it. With a spoon. Okay, I get it. No, it was with a knife. Okay, I get it now. Sometimes you got to draw me a picture. You know what I mean? I totally get it. That's freaking funny.
After he said that, I went click.
Right? Yeah, I didn't get it until Okay, thank you for the picture.
Reese Witherspoon? No, with
No,
a
with
knife.
a knife.
It would have been better if you would have said stabbed herself with her spoon. No, with her knife.
Oh my god.
That's
funny.
awesome.
That came out of nowhere.
Hey, so that's definitely going to be added to our jokes. We need to do more midnight jokes with
Right.
Shithid Nasholi.
Shitid Nasholi. Yes. But no, I did not hear about that. What was the deal with that?
Taco, that was awesome.
That was a good one.
He's like, you're welcome.
That's funny.
He said no with a knife.
No, with a knife.
I am quitting this when we get back. You would probably benefit.
Yeah, especially if we're gonna go hiking.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it'd probably be a lot easier to hike without having to smoke. Something tells me if I was hiking, I wouldn't be smoking though.
You're not going to want to.
I know, I wouldn't want
You're
to.
going to wish you hadn't been smoking.
Yeah, I need to do that.
I don't
again.
think you. So I think I started on this story, but I didn't finish. Every time I've been on a hike, you get to some mental break.
Mhm.
Happened with Dana, happened with me,
Happened in that movie. Both of them.
happened in. Yeah, it happened. Yeah, in both movies.
Yeah.
But I remember one time, and this was the first time when I was hiking with Mike, and we've already. I think that one consisted of 7 or 8 mountains, and it's literally. I mean, nothing are huge, and some of them are only like. I think some of them are like 300-foot elevation. Some of them are maybe 1,000 or something.
That's the one we need to do.
We can totally do it, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But
You
I've
said
already
start
made a
off
video.
small,
But
yeah.
I've already made a video on it, so
Well, we'll make a better video.
okay, we can do it if you want. Or we can do it.
I'm just saying,
backwards.
first time doing a first hike, might not want to start off on fucking
No.
Pacific Trail. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely not.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But what I was getting at
That was
is
insane.
we I've always done that break
Mhm.
every single time. And what's crazy is so like this one, I think I'm on like the 4th mountain or something, right? So there's no turning around.
You're just like, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, and parts of this, keep in mind, I'm like this. So I've got my walking sticks.
Right.
those like to try to take a lot of
Right,
pressure
you're
off
like,
your
you're like
legs.
leaning over on them.
No, you try to take a lot of pressure off your legs, so
Right.
you're walking a lot using your upper body as you're walking to try to help you.
Just-
And it's also keeping you stable, right?
Right.
But a lot of times I just literally sit here like this
Yeah, just to get some of that weight off your back.
and just take a pause.
Yeah.
So it'd be like this. And other times, I'm not kidding you, Steve, I'd go. One more step,
Just
one
keep
more step.
Moving forward, keep moving forward.
And then
yeah.
after about like that 4th or 5th mountain, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing out here? What
This was stupid.
made me think this was a good idea?
Right.
You're an idiot.
Right. But you
And,
know, I like putting myself in situations like that sometimes. It's good for you.
It is. It definitely is. And like Dana said, she cried on the mountain.
Yeah.
We had some difficult times. I told you about the water. Left the water, had to
She didn't like the way it looked.
had to go up to a frog pond and
Yeah.
pull some tadpoles out. And
Well, at least you
filter
were
it out.
prepared for that. Though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, but the second we got down off
Yeah, it's
that,
like, when are we going again? Yeah.
and she was griping, and the second we got down, she goes, "When are we going again? We need to prep for our next one."
Well, and that's the way it was in that Reese Witherspoon movie. When she got to the end and she could see the end of the trail over there, she stopped. It's like she didn't want to finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
like
just
that.
sit here and stare off the bridge for a little while. Not done yet, you know? Because then it's like, dude, you've been hiking for 3 months solid. It's like going through hell.
I didn't bring up the gum.
What?
Nothing.
No, you have to tell us.
What do you mean you didn't bring up the gum?
DP said, okay, so Jamie over here said, now you have to tell us. She said, we don't need to talk about the water or the gum. Do you want to tell them or do you want me to? Because they're now asking about it.
All I know about the water is that he said you had left it in the car. Because, what, did it hang on the outside of the bag?
Yeah,
or
so
something?
the way it was, so you've got a bladder inside that holds,
Like between your back and the pack?
yeah, it holds base, no. So you've got your pack that goes out to here, and there's an insert right
Yeah,
here
yeah.
for a bladder.
So it's kind of between your
and
back
I think
and the
that
pack.
holds like 2.5 liters or something,
Yeah.
a good amount of water.
Yeah, that's a good amount of water.
But we're gonna be up there.
So you need more
So
than that.
you hike 1 day, 2 days, 3 days.
Right.
Or I think we might have hiked 1 day, 2 days. I'm not sure.
Right.
But I think we planned on being up there 1, 2, 3. So staying up there 2 days. And they say bring at least a gallon a day. So
Right.
we'd filled up the bladders, both hers and mine, and put a gallon on hers on the outside of the pack.
Right.
Basically, put your sleeping pad and bag on the inside, and then put a gallon on the outside.
So it was hanging on the outside of the pack. And you said she left it in the car because she didn't like the way it looked hanging on the...
I don't know if it was the way it looked or too heavy or whatever
yeah,
it
yeah.
was, but she.
I was just like,
didn't
hey, we're
want-
trying to make a fashion statement here.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but she didn't want it there.
Right.
We got up there and
And wish she had brought it, yeah.
yeah, but it all worked out because we had our water filters.
And that's not a bad idea.
You have to have water filters.
Right, because... But then there's always that same thing. What if you can't find any natural water source?
So Eagle Rock Loop, there's water everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You can't always be assured that there's going to be water, but they've got, I mean, we're up to our waist in freezing cold water.
Because I would almost rather bring less water so you don't have so much weight, and then
I filled up.
refill your bladder.
I filled up 5 times on that hike.
Okay, it was just when you came across water. You
Every
filled it up.
time,
yeah,
just filled it right
top
up.
yourself off.
Yeah.
yeah. I'd rather do that than carry extra water, because
Yeah.
then it's just more weight.
Especially on
water's heavy, dude.
Yeah, but if you're going up a mountain and
Yeah.
you don't know if there's no river.
That's what I mean. Is if you don't know if there's gonna be water.
Yeah, because like on Eagle Rock, you're going like this, and every down there's usually a stream cutting
That's
those
what cut
mountains.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah, but like we were going up a giant piece of rock, right? So there's no
So
streams.
but you happen to find a little puddle or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where some rainwater had collected or something.
maybe. Yeah, and some tadpoles in there.
Yeah.
Um,
Lots of
she
nasty
said,
little
DP
slimy
said it was
creatures.
heavy. You put the heavy stuff. She goes, you put the heavy stuff in my bag.
Ah.
Come on, I was carrying the tent. I don't know. I think we both had water though, but water's 8 pounds per gallon.
I know it's heavy.
Yeah, it's not light.
That's how come it collapsed your tent.
Yeah.
Because
I wonder how many pounds that was. You remember when you were moving it?
Dude, when I climbed in the mountain, you heard me say, I was like, dang, this is heavy. I could hardly push it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but the gum.
What about the gum? I don't remember this one.
So we get down to the bottom, and I was like, "Hey, babe, you want some gum?" She goes, "No, I don't want no gum." I was like, "Whoa!" And she goes, "You asked me 3 or 4 times." I was like, "I asked you once." So we have different recollections of how that happened. That's okay.
Get out of my face with your gum.
I already told you. I was like, "This is the first time I asked." Maybe I asked multiple times. I don't know.
Dude, the trail will do that to you, man.
It will.
I hear you. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not sure I've ever been.
Yeah, it's 8 pounds per gallon.
Yeah,
it's heavy.
That's heavy, yeah. Especially when you're walking that much.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I've ever done anything that, I guess, mentally
It's
and physically stressful like that.
and you literally, I mean,
I put myself in some crazy situations, like the whole truck driving thing. That was stressful as hell.
yeah.
But that's different. And
Yeah.
I told you when I was having to work so hard in the heat to load that shit.
Yeah.
That was 2 times
You
really
passed
that I
out.
passed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this guy over here, he'd do it no problem.
Well, yeah.
Easy.
It was
Easy
in
for him.
Really good shape. Yeah.
Yeah. And Melissa told me what happens if you die on there, am I dragging you out?
He like, we'll put some rocks on top to hold him down, and we'll have to come get airlift his ass out of there.
You're gonna hold him down? Like you're gonna float off?
Well, no, I'd throw some water and wash me away or
Oh,
something.
yeah. You're gonna look like that turd Reese Witherspoon left. I'm just gonna put some rocks around you so you don't move. I just put one rock, one little pebble right here. All right, don't move, buddy.
move.
I'll be right back.
That was funny. What he's talking about is in the movie. She had taken a dump, and to cover it up, she just took a few rocks and just
Yeah, she didn't even cover it in dirt.
Yeah,
She put like 4 rocks.
She piled a few rocks up on top of it, and we'll leave that there. Some shit either come along and get it.
That rattlesnake.
Oh man, that's nuts.
Topic: Doomsday preppers.
I love the whole doomsday prepper thing, man. I want to do it. It's just expensive and
You want to do what exactly?
I love the idea of just having all this stockpile of stuff and like a bunker under the ground and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like having all your bug out bags, and I love that shit, dude.
You know the problem with that though?
What? It's expensive.
Okay, let's talk about this for a minute. What would you do to prep for doomsday? Give me just don't go through an exhaustive list, but give me your top 5 items.
5?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably gonna look something like Naked and Afraid. Like a flint and steel to freaking start a fire.
Okay.
Some way to
You got your backpack.
right, like if I just filling up a backpack like that.
Yeah. So you got flint.
You're gonna want some. Well, the fire is you're probably gonna want some type of good sized pot to be able to boil water in. Yeah.
No.
No, a whole different kind of pot, dude. I'm talking about to boil water, dude. Okay. So yeah, that's 2. Oh man, I'd probably want some kind of tarp or shelter or tent or something like that.
Okay, hold on, real quick. I just want to deviate you a little bit because right now it sounds like you're talking in survivalist.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna drop.
Well, it's gonna.
We're
end up
talking
that
about
way.
doomsday prepping. Like what?
You said 5 items though.
I'm just saying. Tell me the big things. Are you gonna have a shitload of ammo? Are you gonna have a shitload of food? Are you gonna have a?
All of that would be nice.
You have to have a bunch of like. You're not going to the market anymore.
right.
The stock market crashed.
But part of what I'm thinking is, yeah, you could stockpile a bunch of food,
okay.
but eventually that's going to run out. How long are you going to be in this mode? You know what I mean?
Well,
if
preppers.
it's only a month, then yeah, stockpile a bunch of food. If it's going to be years,
Well,
then
so
you may need to not only stockpile some food, but you may need to have some tools to be able to replenish the food.
right, but have you wouldn't consider yourself a prepper for one thing.
Oh,
right?
absolutely not.
You kind of know a bit about survival, but not so
Right.
much prepping. Like this one couple I saw, and I was watching this show. They went to preppers' houses, saw what they did,
Oh,
and gave
yeah.
them a rating.
Right. Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
And this
yeah.
one couple, they had a swimming pool that was only, like, say this is the deep end and this is the shallow end.
Uh-huh.
They had it about a quarter full, and in the deep end, they had tilapia. Tilapia is known to
They reproduce fast.
reproduce extremely fast. These guys were
That's
making.
a smart idea.
They were making tilapia lasagna, tilapia burgers,
That's
tilapia
a great
fish,
idea
just
because they
everything.
might replenish fast enough to where you could keep eating that as a source of food. Yeah.
So they had a quarter of their
Like
pool,
rabbits.
A quarter of their pool was tilapia.
Okay.
Over the pool, over that quarter of pool,
Well,
they
they
had
grow-
a chicken coop.
Oh, so they're shitting into the tilapia.
Yeah. So
And the tilapia are eating the shit. The shit eaters.
they turned into shit eaters. So they were feeding the chickens. The chickens were
The
feeding
topic
the
of the
fish.
day, shit eaters.
That's what it should have been the topic. Shit eaters.
Yeah.
I may have to go back and
Change
change
it, yeah.
but I'm not going to put S-H-I-T. I'm going
Yeah.
to put S-H-I-D.
Shit eaters.
Shit eaters.
Shit eaters.
So they'd feed the chickens. They'd get the eggs and also the chicken. But
Right.
the chickens would.
And if they have to, they can slaughter a chicken and eat
That's
the
what I
chicken.
mean. So
Yeah.
they've got chicken. They've got
It's all
eggs.
food. And if you're thirsty, you can drink some of the water.
Yeah.
And I'm
Well-
sure they had rain collection going on.
Well, and they had some form of algae in there that was purifying the water as well.
So they had like the whole ecosystem
They had the
going
little
on
biome going.
to where yeah the chickens feed the fish and the fish feed the chickens and the kind of a thing going on like that.
You know what kind of score they gave them?
What?
Like a 3 out of 10.
Wow, that's brilliant though.
Yeah. They said, "What are you gonna do when someone knows that you have this?"
Oh, because they didn't have enough ammo and guns to protect it.
They said, "It's great. What you have going on is awesome. If you don't include everyone in this neighborhood,
Right.
you're dead."
You're dead. Yeah, because
They're gonna come
they're
and
gonna
take your
want what you
stuff.
have. Yeah. So they weren't prepared for battle.
Well, what they said was, even if you have 1,000 rounds, 10,000 rounds,
Right.
the community is going to grab your stuff. You better, if you're going to prep in,
You're gonna have to kill everyone.
because they lived in like a residential area.
Right.
If they lived out here, probably a little bit easier.
Right.
But they were like,
So what
if
is
you
the
live-
answer for that?
Include the members of your community.
Get everyone involved in it.
Yeah.
Maybe even get them doing the same type of thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Of course, not everybody's going to want to be a
I don't
doomsday preppers.
believe in that.
Right, you're always going to have
I'm not
those
wasting
fools.
my money on that. I'm not
Right.
turning my backyard into that.
Right, and how many people are actually going to fucking go through with
Yeah.
some... Yeah.
I think they gave him like a 3 out of 10 or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. But you know what? They're right. In a situation like that, you might get away with it for a while. But eventually, when everybody starts getting hungry, then they're going to know, and they know you got the food, they're coming for it.
Yeah.
They're coming, and that's the...
That's not easy to hide.
So
either.
let's talk about that, because that's one thing that I've often thought in a situation, doomsday type situation like that. The first thing that I would want to do is pack whatever I could in my truck and get as far away from people.
You've got to get
as
away from
possible.
people.
Because people are going to be the biggest problem, because they're all going to want to take what you have,
Yeah.
especially the unprepared.
Yeah. Once you get
You're going to
hungry,
have gangs going around door to door taking everything.
once people get hungry, they turn into real big assholes.
Yeah, big time. So yeah, get as far out of civilization as possible to where you are a hermit and no one knows you're there.
Yeah.
Dig a deep hole and live in it. You know?
Well, a cave is a grave, so you got to be cautious of that too.
True. But yes, sure, we all want lots of ammo, lots of guns. You're also going to
Hold on,
want a
hold
lot
on.
of people to be able to use those guns.
So are you leaving?
Yes. Which means you don't have a lot of shit to take with you. So
So
you
all
need to
that
be able-
ammo you just bought, you're leaving, or you're bringing it with you?
No, you
'Cause
got to leave that. We got to bring that with you.
That's heavy.
I'm hoping that we
That's
can take,
heavy as shit.
I am hoping that we can take a truck
So you're packing the back of it?
and
Okay.
just fill the back of the truck
Yeah,
with
'cause
everything you can bring.
That's
yeah.
not super mobile.
Right.
And a truck, you're going to get about 300 miles.
Well, maybe you can have a little extra fuel to bring with you too to extend that.
Yeah, you need a 75-gallon extra tank.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be the kind of prepping.
That'll
I
move
think.
you 1,000 miles.
I think the prepping that I would be more of a bug out type of prepping. To where you could very quickly load up with as much shit as you could and get as far away from the big cities and everything as possible, to where you could at least have a chance to hunt and fish and
Sailboat.
sailboat. Yeah, getting a sailboat.
So we're around the Dallas area. So which way are you going?
I think north.
Okay, so no sailboat.
Right. Leave the sailboat at home. Right. That's what I think would be the best. And have certain types of food that are non-perishable and even compact. Like the MREs have lots of stockpiles of MRE type stuff, freeze-dried stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to bring shit tons of water because you can boil it and purify your own water. That kind of thing. Like real lightweight on that, to where you can be mobile, you know what I mean? And yes, eventually you're going to run out of fuel and the truck is going to be relatively useless for transportation anyway. You may be able to use it for shelter.
You got 1,000 miles.
Right. You may be able to use it for shelter and use the parts off of it and stuff like that. Why you look like that? Dude, nothing is trash when you're in a survival situation.
Well, I'm just thinking let's say you've got...
You want to build a shelter, you can pull the quarter panels off that damn thing and make walls.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you're wanting to get somewhere, wherever that somewhere is, you got to have a plan first off, right?
A plan would be good.
And
like a area.
Like I said, you're probably not going to be able to refuel because that fuel's all sucked up. Second, something crazy happens.
Everybody's going to suck it dry. Yeah.
Yeah. So
all the people are going to come out with their huge gas cans and drain
if you have a 75-gallon tank on the back of your truck, so now you've got 120 gallons, you can probably go 1,000 miles, and then that thing's a weight. That's all that is.
No, it could potentially be an asset.
If you bring it to a location.
If you can get it to a location. If it
stalls out on the highway, you're not staying there.
No, I'm just saying, if you can get that to the location where you want to
start, absolutely. Yeah.
Then that could be an asset, because there's lots of stuff on a truck that could potentially be repurposed into other things. You know what I mean? You can strip that son-of-a-bitch down and use every piece of it. You know what I mean? Nothing would go to waste. Kind of like those people that kill a deer or something and use every freaking piece of it. Right.
So
yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. You got to find a horse.
Of course, if you got a horse, then you got to
donkey.
feed the horse and give the horse water and all that. More food, more, you know.
Shannon's got some good stuff. She says, you have to have seed. Need to dig a well.
And we got a nice little rose garden going back here.
We might be able to plant something there at some point.
One of these days we're gonna start a garden over there. Hopefully the shit eaters won't clear it out.
She said you can't cook food because you can smell it.
Not if you're remote enough.
If you're remote enough, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, is get way the hell out in the middle of nowhere.
Powdered food, that's it, period. Then
and
take
that's what
seed,
I was
grow
talking
your
about,
own.
the MREs. Yeah. So we're on the same page, I think.
No, I'd definitely be cooking my food, especially like the freeze-dried food.
You're gonna want to have gear like we have to stay out of the cold, especially since we're going north. Because when the winter's hit, it's gonna be cold. You're gonna want good sleeping bags and things to be able to sleep in to stay warm. And you're gonna want lots of firewood area where there's plenty of firewood that you can cut and that kind of thing.
Yeah, you definitely, in my opinion, you got to get out in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere.
And to be honest, so they always say you need like a 9mm because that's the most prevalent ammo. You need a.
What about 22?
Well, they say 22's got tons of ammo as well, but they say you need to have multiple calibers. So you need 9, 22, 45.
Ammo,
yeah, so all this stuff is starting to add up in weight.
Yep.
And at some point,
ammo is heavy, dude.
Ammo's heavy. All those weapons sound heavy.
Yeah.
My guess is a bow and arrow, a slingshot, but I would say a
I have
pellet
a
gun
slingshot. I got one. now.
because while a
That's
rabbit,
why I got the slingshot. That's why I got the pellet gun.
but while a pellet gun's not going to kill anything big,
But you could take out a lot of small game with that.
you can
yeah.
take out a lot of small stuff.
rabbits and squirrels and all kinds of stuff
You
like
know
that.
the only bad thing is,
Dude,
when was the last time you saw a rabbit out here?
out here? Yeah.
When was the
but
last time you saw a squirrel out here?
Never.
When was the last time? I haven't seen shit out
At
here.
home, we see them all the time.
I
I can't walk out my front door without tripping over a fucking
Yeah,
rabbit.
I haven't seen a rabbit, a squirrel, a snake, tons of spiders. I haven't seen.
I'm telling you, I think it's because we're in such a remote area.
We've seen deer, but you're not going to take out a deer with a pellet gun
No, I doubt it.
unless you hit it in the eyeball and it happens to
I'm
go
about
into
to say
their
that'd be
brain.
the best trick shot of all time. Yeah.
It happens to look when it hears it.
Yeah,
It goes right into its.
Hey, if it doesn't kill him, at least he's going to be stunned enough that you can catch up with him and finish him off with your knife. You know?
Just get him in a headlock, get him in an arm bar, a hoof bar.
A hoof bar, yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Or maybe just go real barbarian and just sit up in a tree and wait for them to walk by and just jump down on their back and slice their neck open and watch them bleed out. Eat the
Whoa.
heart. You know? Yeah. That's what I'm
Wow.
talking about. You gotta get it.
Wow.
He's like, wow, you're going there. Okay. Might as well. That's when you have that oh shit moment, like on the trail.
See, that's man. That's a brutal one. That's why, you know what I would love to do, and I was telling Steve about this. I'd love to get one of those shipping containers
Yeah.
and dig a hole and probably put 2 of those stacked up in the hole and maybe one on top. So then when it's too hot, you can go down further and it's going to be cooler. So you're going to have some form of temperature control.
Right.
And then when it's too cold, you come up a level.
Yeah.
And yeah, or maybe just do 3 levels buried.
You
So-
know,
So
thinking
that it's
about that
visible.
reminds me of when we're talking about survival versus preparedness. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because
Totally different.
You can prepare for a year. Well, what happens when the year runs out and you're still in the shit? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Then you go shift into survival mode. And you know I'm a big fan of Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, yeah.
Naked and Afraid, they say it's a survival show. That is not a survival show, dude. They do not survive on Naked and Afraid.
I thought you said some of them survived. the
There
whole
are a few, very small number of people, they call them the all-stars, that I believe could survive indefinitely in those situations.
Yeah.
The rest of them, they are prolonging their death. Is all
Well,
they're doing.
but they're also showing up with nothing, as if they were cavemen. But most of the
Some
people,
of them can do it though.
yeah. But I think some of the other ones that go on that show